Let me know when y'all see it on the screen about us going live.
Yeah,
I just need it.
What I told to push? Got it?
I got it.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I got you.
Hold on. Hey, Boo, where's the live screen at, y'all?
It's on YouTube. I'm about to literally send a link to everybody so y'all can send it to y'all peoples too.
That's what it is.
But look, son, I'm new to this shit, son. So I ain't about to do nothing extra. I feel like I do something extra, I'm gonna be lost in the sauce. I ain't even gonna be here no more. I learn how to do that next time if y'all give me another invite.
I got you. So right now we
live. Facts.
We live on here right now. We all live just to let everybody know.
All right, we should get that notification.
Welcome to my YouTube channel.
Trying to make sure everybody's good. Everybody good. LaBrea and Lily. Lily, can you hear us now? Can you say something so we can make sure your mic is good? Lily?
What?
Your mic not good? It's still not letting you hear it? I mean, letting you talk?
You good?
You may have to go in the settings of your phone if it's not letting you do it.
Yeah, because my mom was like some type of phone set.
And give it the access.
Once again, apologize to everybody for the lateness. I just really didn't want anybody to miss out on the opportunity to be on the episode.
It's all good. It's all good.
I appreciate it.
Stuff like this happen, cuz.
Let me message her probably.
And shout out to the O's. We got a couple on here. I don't know if y'all seen the O's is on here. Shout out to the couple.
Yo. What's good? What's good?
Good energy. All right, so once again, I already gave a little rundown or whatever like that. We about to get the show started, and we're gonna start off. I'm gonna introduce my co-host, and I'm gonna introduce the show. Is everybody ready? Everybody good? Everybody feeling positive?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right. Try to make sure your phones is on. Try to make sure your phones is on vibrate so it's not ringing or anything. Right now we got the live stream going. I didn't already shared it. We got 3 people already on here watching right now. Let's get it started. What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of New Era 410 Podcast. This your host Mason, right along with my host Neil and my other host Amor. And we got a plethora of beautiful people on here, inside and out. I want to give everybody a chance to start off and introduce who they are and tell people a little bit about and things of that nature. So we're gonna start with you, King Roy.
What it is, King Roy. On all platforms, ain't nothing too special about me.
Okay, next person we're gonna go to. We're gonna let's hear from the O's.
Yeah, unmute your mic.
My fault. All right, can you hear me now? Yo. What I'm supposed to say again? My fault, boo. What I'm supposed to say again, man?
Just introduce yourself, let the people know a little bit about y'all.
Oh yeah. We gonna let the queen go ahead and do that. Go ahead. Let them know about yourself. Go ahead. All right, go ahead. Go take it away.
My name's Olani. I'm the creative director for King Rich Virgin Hair and Beauty. I'm an entrepreneur.
That's the biggest hair supplier in the DMV. Ladies, bundles, weaves, track, lace, all that, everything. That's who do it right there. I'm the motivational speaker. I'm the cook, the chef. Let's get it. Hey, we here to support my man Boop. So yeah, turn it over to you.
Yeah, we're in the car right now. We apologize for the motion.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's all good. We want to keep it organic. We gotta keep it organic. Erica, I want to go with you next.
I'm at work, but hi everybody. I'm Erica. Y'all can call me E. That's about it.
All right. Next, we're gonna go to Kima.
Hey y'all, I'm at work too, Erica girl. Uh I'm your favorite first responder. I be saving lives. And I'm also an entrepreneur and the owner of Zakoya's online boutique.
Okay, Apple Black, we're gonna go to you next.
Yeah, this is Apple Black King. I'm one of the greatest promoters in the city. You know, I'm an entrepreneur as well. You know, keeping pushing it, supporting what my cousin got going on. So that's about it.
All right, Loke, we're gonna go to you.
All right, well, my name is Lope. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Check me, I'm from Jersey. Nah, man, check me, I'm from Jersey. Nah, man, North New Jersey, but Baltimore home too. But as y'all can see, I get around. I live in Florida now. So, nah, man, I'm just showing my homie love.
All right, was it Kelly?
What's up, y'all? Most of y'all know my name, Sam. I work in the school system with the special needs kids, and that's
Shout
what I
out
do.
to that. Shout outs to that.
Word.
All right, Bree Shay, we're gonna go to you next.
All right, I forgot how to unmute it. Hi, my name is Bree. College student, mom, work at MedStar. That's about it.
All right, Danielle.
Hey y'all, I'm Danielle, of course. I am the CEO of Unique Nails. My Facebook is Danielle the Nail Tech, and y'all can also follow me on Unique Nails _LLC. And I'm just nails day by day. That's all.
Okay, Thunder.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thunder 2 times on all platforms. I'm a truck driver, and yeah, you know, I'm just here supporting my mans for real. See what everybody talking about.
All right, Spicy.
How y'all doing? I'm Spicy. I'm a tattoo artist. I live in Baltimore right now. I'm in Florida. We on family vacation, but my bad. So we in the midst of driving to Florida. But yeah, I'm a tattoo artist. Just on supporting boot.
All right, LaBrea.
Hi, my name is Brea. I am a low-key influencer, and I'm in the mental health field.
Low-key influencer.
Okay.
Let's go.
Royalties.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Royalties. I'm a certified pharmacy tech and entrepreneur. I own a cleaning business and I have a radio talk show here at Fixation Radio. So, hello.
Okay, Phil. You got to unmute your mic, bro.
My bad. I forgot. I got kids running around. But yeah, I'm Phil. I mean, AKA that's Timothy on Instagram. I work in the liquor business. I support my man Boot. I mean, that's all.
All right, Kurt. We're gonna go to Kurt.
Yeah, it's your boy Ross. Go by Kurt, but go by God Body Ross, your favorite tattoo artist. Straight out of Baltimore. Right now I'm out here chilling with the fam, you know. Came through, support my man Boot, you know, see what's talking.
Let's
go. All right. Queen B.
What's good, y'all? I'm Queen. I work for Southwest Radio, media, all that red carpet shit.
Lily.
Hey, I'm Lily. Instagram name Alicia16. I tattoo model. I do hair. I do tattoos. I do a lot. Inspirational. Try to help females find love when they do try to find love. So you know, just here trying to support Baltimore. I do live. So I still represent Baltimore every day.
Okay, be more like CJ.
What's good, y'all? My name's CJ. As you can see, y'all know what I do with this headset on. I drive trucks. I'm just here to support, see what y'all talking about.
Got you. And my two co-hosts, Neil, we can start with you.
What's going on, y'all? My name is Neil. I'm also a truck driver from Harford County, Maryland. Dancer, father, poet. I do it all, man. IG is Nilly Guwap _ in the middle, and that's it for me.
And Amore.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Amore. I am a person who's also a jack of all trades. I would say a photographer, a singer, a songwriter, mother, just whatever I need to be at whatever particular time. That's what I am.
Right.
But you know, I'm just happy to be here today. We're gonna have a great show. I love all this melanin that we see on this platform right now. And y'all, we just gonna rock out and have a great time.
All right, and to start the show, I would like to thank everybody once again for coming on New Era 410 podcast. But I want to take a moment of silence right now. Today is the 7-year anniversary of Lord Scooter's death. So we all about supporting Baltimore and everything that's Baltimore. So right now, I would like for us to give a couple seconds a moment of silence for Lord Scooter. And just like Lord Scooter, we ready to turn up, man. How everybody feeling today, man? How everybody feeling?
Gang.
What's going on?
We good.
So we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna jump right into it. I want to get into some of these topics. So one topic that I want to start off with, and feel free to express any type of emotions and feelings, and whatever your situation is, whether single, whether married, you know, in a relationship, your opinion is welcome. So the first thing I want to ask everybody is suppressing your own feelings to protect someone else's. Is that healthy or unhealthy?
Unhealthy.
It is unhealthy as hell.
Very unhealthy.
Unhealthy, toxic.
All right, so let me hear from the ladies first. Somebody give me an elaboration.
It's definitely toxic.
I'm gonna say
It
it's
is
healthy if
unhealthy.
you don't know how to control your emotions and the way that you communicate. Like if you don't know how to speak you know what I mean, like within a proper tone, then it's gonna definitely be unhealthy. But it can be very healthy sometimes if, like, let's say you're working on yourself and you're like, you know what, I got a lot of shit that I really want to say right now, but I'm gonna just chill and I'm gonna just keep that to myself until I know how to say it to where it's gonna come off clearly. So it depends on what you're talking about, me personally.
That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
Okay, any other ladies want to elaborate on how they feel about it?
Yeah,
you
but
know,
what-
I said unhealthy, but I'm gonna agree with that because I say stuff out my mouth sometimes that just don't need to be said. So yeah, in that point, it's definitely healthy.
Anybody?
It's unhealthy though. I feel like it's unhealthy because I feel like your partner is the person that you should be the most open with, right? I mean, maybe not in a fresh relationship. You might not want to put all your emotions on the table, but if that's your partner, express yourself. If you feel in some type of way or something outside the relationship got you feeling some type of way, it might affect your relationship. Let that be known so they know that they can be on standby or, you know, however they got to move to work around your emotion, whether that be a relationship emotion or emotion that you're dealing with on your own internally. At least let them know. You don't got to be an open book all the time, but you don't want to just be walking around mad and they like, well, damn, what you mad for? You don't want to talk about it.
I can agree to that. I'm an Aquarius. I wear my face. So you know, like
Here we are.
So I definitely agree. That's hard.
All right, I want to let all the ladies get their point off first.
It's toxic. It's
got a hand raised
because you're not even supporting yourself. You're not even your best friend. So how can he be your best friend? You don't even know yourself. You can't even communicate. So you got childhood problems that you bring into a relationship that you shouldn't even be in a relationship because that's the first thing you're supposed to do is love yourself. You missing all them steps. So how can you say that you want a relationship? You're not even soft. You can't communicate to the man that you say that you love. So you messed up all around. You need that first. So it's bad. It's bad communication overall. You're not giving the man your best. You're giving bare minimum. You're giving too much. It's not right. It's not healthy. You're hurting yourself.
Royalties.
Thank you. So when I first read the question, it says it's suppressing your own feelings to protect someone else's. So that was kind of like general for me. But if we're speaking about an intimate relationship, first and foremost, in general, I feel like you need to know how to communicate. That's with everything in life, period. But in a relationship, if you don't know how to get your point across effectively, then that's going to be an issue. You don't have to feel like your back is up against the wall just because someone comes to you and say, hey, you could probably do this a little differently, or, I think you need to double check that. You don't have to feel like the back is up against the wall, but at the same time, you don't want to get into a ball and you're getting frustrated and you leave the conversation and you don't communicate, because communication is everything. Communication is everything. And if you cannot communicate effectively, you leaving stuff on the table or sweeping it under the rug, things just build up. So why don't we focus on our foundation and our empire, and we communicate so that we can create something else? We got to be able to be role models for someone looking in on what we have here. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like it's healthy, you know what I'm saying, to know how to communicate. But if you are just doing this to protect someone else because they're hot-headed and you know how they are, I don't think that's right. And you probably should rethink your situation.
Okay. Any other females left that ain't get a chance to speak?
I just think it's very unhealthy because I feel like you're taking away from yourself. You cutting yourself short. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not able to, like she said, you're not able to communicate. And then if you get into another relationship, it's going to be like even worse, 10 times worse, because then you got to learn how to communicate or what you can say, what you can't say. So like suppressing your feelings for somebody else is like very, very unhealthy. And I've been there and I've done it, so I can speak from experiences.
You're going to carry them same intentions and the same mindset into the next relationship. It's going to always get worse. It's definitely unhealthy.
Okay, is that all out, ladies? Any other ladies?
I have something real fast, right? I have something real quick from personal experience in it. Relationship, friendship. I always think that we have to learn how to communicate effectively because everybody communicates differently, right? But also, I think that when a male opens up himself to you, I think that's when the kind of a conflict begins, right? In a sense, for some people. And I say that because some men don't open up. So when they take the chance to open up to you and you kind of want to snap their head off, I think with the suppression is not necessarily saying that you have to ignore your feelings at all. That's not what I'm saying. It's just saying that you have to learn how to communicate with that person effectively, as everyone stated. You know what I mean? But we have to, I think, take consideration into our own feelings first and someone else's feelings. I think a lot of times we get kind of selfish or we get defensive, you know what I mean? Because we like, well, yeah, you might be saying this to me, but remember when? We gotta let the past go sometimes and just really, hone into some situations, learn how to listen as well as speak properly to an individual.
Okay, so what we gonna do is we're gonna let the fellas speak and say how they feel one at a time, and then we can have all a group discussion. I just want to make sure everybody get their point across. So who you starting with, fellas?
So to add on to what you were saying though, right? Like friendship, relationship, even down to family, you feel me? Like it's always best to really be able to communicate properly your feelings, reciprocate the other person's feelings and what they really feeling, because everybody's feelings matter, regardless of what it's about, regardless of how big it is. Everybody's feelings matter. So if they have if someone feels some type of way about a situation and speak on it, like she said, and they open up as a man. One, let me just take a step on that. As a man, when we take a moment to be like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and open up to her, you feel me? I'm gonna try to take a step in the right direction so that she could better understand me. And then we get our head bit off, that puts us in a mode of, okay, now I'm just not even gonna speak on what I feel. You get to a point where it's not just about hiding your feelings, it's more so about protecting yourself now at that point.
So I'm just oh snap. All right, I'm just gonna say, so we all come from a black family of talking back is disrespectful, right? So I've always struggled with what is the proper. So everybody was on the same page of proper communication, and I get kind of
Unmute your mic, Neil. You got to unmute your mic, Neil.
I'm gonna let somebody else go since or y'all just gonna let me go.
Just go ahead. Go ahead. You good?
All right. So we all come from a background of Black families, and we all heard the thing of if you say anything back to your family member or your mother or your father, it's disrespectful, right? So we all come from the situation of if we say anything to a person, right? If we just express our feelings in any way, the person that we are expressing our feelings to, they can take that any way that they want. And sometimes it takes the other person to kind of relax or able to be checked. I've always had a let's just say I've as a Black man, it's hard for Black men to show frustration with it doesn't matter what situation it is. It can be a relationship, it can be mother and father, it can be work, right? If you're trying to communicate with somebody, you're gonna have to suppress a little bit of your feelings. You're gonna have to hold back a little bit of that frustration, because if not, the other person that you're talking to could shut down, right? I've always had a problem. I've always had issues with that, being a Black man. So I would say my answer to that is it's always, everything is a balance. I have to care about your feelings, right? I have to suppress a little, because if me, the frustrated person that's upset in the situation, come at you frustrated, you then could automatically shut down, and then we're back to square one automatically. So I think that there's a balance. I think that it's overall healthy to suppress a little bit, right? So you can kind of get your point across, but that, I think that comes with self-control.
Yeah.
You got to unmute your like
King Roy.
So he pointed out something as far as he was talking about, I guess, suppressing his feelings and how he feel. I got to give you some pushback on that. I don't think you should ever, suppress how you feel just because it may rub somebody the wrong way. I think that's where you become an adult. You got to learn how to communicate. You got to know how to, I guess, elaborate or talk about how actually you feel about it. I dealt with that in past relationships myself, coming from a 9-year relationship. Actually currently going through a divorce now. So going through like talking around subjects and beating around the bush and really, suppressing how you feel, that ain't healthy at all. I think when we get to a point where as though we learn to agree to disagree, I think that's where we need to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely do.
I agree. Suppressing your feelings. Suppressing your feelings is definitely unhealthy, man. Like, I think the right timing and everything plays a big part. Like especially if like emotions are heightened, people ain't really listening. So like sometimes you gotta like still get your point across, but like give it some consideration and like really like listen to their perspective of like where they're coming from. You feel me? Then once you got your thoughts and everything collected, that's when you say what you need to say and things of that nature.
Got you. Luke.
I ain't gonna lie, I feel like it's kind of not a right or wrong answer to this. I mean, I kind of agree with the whole balance thing, because at the end of the day, it depends on the person. Some people take things different. I mean, like some people got tough skin. I mean, some people would take a person, giving it to them blunt or coming out and saying how they feel. You got some people that can't take criticism. So now if you're actually dealing with somebody and it's a female and she straddling that fine line where certain things she can take, certain things she can't take. As a man, when y'all having certain situations, that's what kind of make you fall back and be mindful of what you said. Now, I mean, then you got some females, like, they go for the juggler. Now, I mean, like, you make them feel some kind of way, or like they getting their feelings, like, ain't no having no calm, cool, collected conversation or nothing like that. Feels like if it ain't having no calm, cool, collected conversation, we're not gonna get nowhere, because now I'm not gonna say too much. Because I don't want this shit to go even worse than what the fuck it's getting. So I'm like, it's all about finding balance and knowing what you're dealing with before you get into it. That's why I say be patient. It's like people be scared to be by themselves. Sometimes you gotta be by yourself, figure yourself out. So now when you're dealing with certain situations, you know how to go about it and how to handle it. I feel like that's a big thing for everybody. Some dudes and females. People are scared to be by yourself. Sometimes when shit go left or things don't go your way, he gives you that separation with certain things. You gotta accept that certain separation. Accept that loneliness instead of sitting back looking at it like, why am I lonely? Why is it this? Social media, looking at what other people got going on. Now you can't even get yourself all the way together. Nah, man. People got to understand what it means when he gives you that isolation or something go left. It went left for a reason. Don't think this motherfucker right here about to make it go right. Take some time, sit back, and it's male and female. I ain't taking no shots at nobody, but take some time, sit back, figure it out, woosah, then come again. Now people jumping right back out there, and that's why everybody going crazy. Got some motherfuckers old as hell, can't find nobody who they loving or looking like. Y'all get where I'm going with it. I'm gonna just cut it right there.
Right. Be more like CJ.
Word up, balance. I agree with the balance thing, but even with the balance, it's all on the person. It's all on the personality. It's all on the character. Man. But that's being mindful of who you even letting around you and get into your energy.
All right, let's let our next person go. Be more like CJ.
Yeah, unmute your mic, bro. Yeah, unmute your mic. Be more like CJ.
My fault.
You good?
But yeah, I agree with what everyone was saying. Y'all basically said exactly what I was going to say. You shouldn't suppress your feeling just to make someone else happy like that. But yeah, y'all basically hit it right on the head. Y'all said literally everything I was going to say.
Got you. Wiz?
I mean, I think it's kind of two separate things when you think about it, because you saying you might come off a certain way. That's not really suppressing your feelings. You still feel how you feel. You just don't want to, you feel me, jump out there and say some shit in a way where as though you're going to make that person feel some type of way about how you feel. You feel me? So I really think, like, if you holding back anything to spare somebody, it's not going to work, because it's going to unravel. You're going to start feeling some type of way about them because you feel like you're doing them a favor by not telling them how you really feel about them. And the whole time, you feel me, you causing the friction. So It's like you working against yourself doing that.
Right. I agree with you. I did that. I promise.
Phil?
All right. So I done been through it. Make sure my mic on. Can y'all hear me? Make sure my shit on. All right, yeah. I done been through it. I done did it. I was married, got divorced. I mean, I saved my feelings for the whole sake of making sure the kids and everything good. Like, it's a negative and a positive to it. Just like Luke said, it's a balance when it comes to it. But at the same time, you're gonna fuck yourself up. And if you care about that person enough, you gotta realize nobody gonna care for you how you care for yourself. So when you do that, you're gonna actually kind of make yourself feel like, damn, you're gonna lose yourself, shall I say. You're gonna lose yourself. And a lot of dudes and females will lose themselves trying to sit there and be for somebody, and that person ain't for you, and you don't know it. So you gotta think about it, like, oh damn, maybe I don't need to suppress my feelings. Maybe I should say something. But at the same time, if you're doing it for that person, you're also thinking, if I suppress it, then how they won't actually know how I feel. But you never know. So I mean, I would say go ahead and say what you gotta say. Because if that person's actually truly for you, then they're gonna sit there and hear what you gotta say, and they're gonna listen with the intent to understand, not listen with the intent to respond. So,
Can I ask a question?
Wait.
Hold your question. Let's let everybody get their opinion off first, please.
All right, well, let me finish up then.
We got Apple Black, and then we got Olio, and then we can go from there.
But I mean, when it comes down to it, it's like you should somewhat like Lo said. Well, not even Lo. Who I think it might have been Neil that said some way, just a little bit. Go ahead and hold back. Just like that's one family thing, but we talking about relationships. So when it comes to relationships, you gotta realize you gotta have an even playing field. So if the even playing field, if you holding back, that person got the upper hand. You don't want that person to have upper hand. Y'all want to be on a level playing field. So you got to sit there and be able to communicate. Once again, that's another thing somebody said. Like, you communicate, y'all got to sit there and be able to talk to each other instead of sitting there just blurt out whatever you want to say and then not ready to listen to what that person has to say. So like it's a give and take type of situation. Like, you give out a little bit, and if you can't take it back, then why the fuck are you in a relationship in the first place? You should never be in a relationship if you can't sit there and tell somebody how you feel.
All right, let's go to Apple Black.
You gotta unmute your mic, Apple
You
Black.
gotta unmute your mic, and just one more thing. Can people please mute their mic, because it's kind of rude to have people talking while other people are talking. We can't really hear if you got a lot of stuff going on in your background. So let's try to give everybody the proper respect. You gotta unmute your mic.
Oh yeah. I feel like it's just too much overthinking. I feel like it's nothing wrong with loving the person, but don't forget about yourself. You feel what I'm saying? That person should already have your feelings in their best interest. So I just feel like all that, thinking for the next person, 70% of the times we be wrong. You feel what I'm saying? So I just feel like there's nothing wrong with loving the person, but it is a problem when you forget about yourself. That's it.
I agree with him, because how you gonna love somebody else, and if you don't love yourself, you first have to love yourself first. That's like bringing a child into this world and you're not loving the child. How can you care for somebody you don't love? So I definitely agree with him on that. You definitely have to love yourself, do your self-work, do your self-care in order for you to love anybody. Like, this doesn't make sense.
Facts. And the last person we got is Olio, and then everybody can just feel free to jump in,
I think it's never good to suppress your feelings to protect somebody else, because I think it's good to express your feelings to protect somebody else. If you're suppressing your feelings and you're being phony, you're not saying who you really are. Now, here's what I draw the line at. I think the way you express your feelings is what matters, because if you express yourself in a way that is aggressive, I've done it, and she don't like it. So if you express yourself in a way that's either aggressive or argumentative, or I'm condescending, or if I'm yelling or something like that, that's where it's bad, because you can express yourself in a way that someone can receive it very easily. If I'm not coming off where I'm sounding like I'm trying to yell, fuss, argue, but no matter what that pain is, let's say I'm hurt. If I sit there and be like, you don't know what I'm going through, she ain't going to hear that. But if I'm hurt, I can say that in a way where I'm just like, look, it's not the time. I'm hurt. Whatever that is. If I'm sad, somebody died. If I'm sad and I'm just like, you don't know what I'm going through, that's not the most effective way to get that emotional. So I don't have to suppress it. I just have to respond in a good way. And I think that's the problem where people have in a relationship, is they react instead of respond. Reaction, if you're reactionary when you have an emotion, that means you just initiate and do whatever comes first. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But if you respond, that means you choose how you choose to react. That means you, instead of just reacting, you choose the action, how you show up and what you say. And so that's what I think is very important for us to know, how to respond in a situation instead of reacting in the situation, and make sure that we're expressing ourselves so we can be true to ourselves. And so that way our lover, our mate, our boss, our co-workers, whoever that is, know exactly what we're going through. Your boss don't know if your family member just died. So you come to work with an attitude. Now you whine and curse and you want to fight everybody. They don't know what's going on. But if you tell your boss, look, man, somebody's died, I'm not feeling it today. I'm a little stressed out. I need some time to myself. Then they can hear that and they be like, yo, you know what? Just relax, take the day off. So we just got to know how to present ourselves good. I'm in with that.
Okay. Any of the ladies want to say anything? And I know Neil had a question.
My question was answered.
Any of the ladies want to say anything, or anybody else want to piggyback before we move to the next topic? Just want to make sure everybody
I just want to piggyback on what he was saying. I'm sorry.
No, you fine. Go ahead.
Before I forget, I was saying. He made a point where though when you talk about delivering the message correctly, you want to make sure you deliver it in a way that someone can receive. Because half the time when we deliver messages or we say certain things, it's not receptive on the other end because of how we say certain things. So usually 9 times out of 10, that might be the biggest issue when it comes to delivering messages and actually suppressing yourself opposed to saying it correctly the first time.
Can I y'all can hear me?
Royal Chiefs was about to say something. Let her go ahead and say something first.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. I was just going to say we should be open to understanding that just because we have something on our mind that we want to say don't always mean that that's the best time to say it. Like if we're in a relationship, we're not playing against each other. So I think it's okay to say, okay, you know what? When you grab a moment, may I have it? Can we discuss what happened during this time and get it out like that? But you really have to read the room and also know that there's a time and a place for everything. So once you know that, I feel like that's the first key to, communicating effectively. You may have something on your mind that you want to get off your chest and everything, but it's like, hey, this ain't even the time for that, But definitely get it off your chest, but it's a time and a place for everything. We want to make sure all parties are comfortable when communicating.
Thank you, sis, because that's literally what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
somebody had, one of the fellas had said, like, it's really a 50-50, or it's like a catch-22. And it really is, because of like what she just said, like, because somebody was like, nah, like if you got something to say, then you need to say it. Like, I'ma just be honest, like, I'm not the perfect communicator. Like, anybody in this room can act like they know how to perfectly communicate every single day to every single person, whether they intimate or whether that's a coworker, whether it's a stranger on the street. I don't, okay? There are times when I'm hot-headed, level-headed, cool-headed, and everything in between. So sometimes my delivery is right the fuck on point. I shut that negativity down. Sometimes I'm adding the negativity because I'm fucking hyped. I'm pissed. You fucking irk my nerves. Like, I'm not sitting here like, oh, shit is all cute and sweet, because it's not. That's the reason why I joined this. Like, so I just like, I feel like I appreciate the honest answers or the ones that's not trying to be all cookie cutter or whatever, because let's be honest, if everything was so perfect and if everybody knew how to talk to each other, then relationships would not be where they at. So what's up?
Yeah,
Can I
can I kind of finish that off?
throw mine in? Like, I feel like why we gotta be walking on eggshells? Let's be real. We imperfect as people. Nobody is perfect. You feel me? You want no relationship goes down in the books as a perfect relationship. You feel me? You gonna have your problems and things like that. It's just about talking it out, and like pretty much what everybody pretty much saying, for real. But the problem is like, you gotta put too much thought. Y'all make me don't even want to be in no relationship. Y'all make me don't even want to be in no relationship.
Yo, can I take it?
Don't say that. Don't look at it like that. Don't look
when
at
they
it
say
like
this,
that.
I appreciate that
It's
honesty.
like it's more
I'm
so
cool with
a
a
respect
pet.
that it goes to anything else.
Yeah, I appreciate that honesty, because I'd rather have a nigga say, look, I don't even know if I want to be in a relationship because the way you act. Like, okay, cool. Now we have a place to start where we can communicate. Now I can ask you more about your fears. I can ask you more about your past. I can ask you more about what you went through. Like, but if you don't give me nothing, I can't make nothing. I'm a woman. Anything you give me, I multiply. So like, what are you giving me, sir?
Yeah, we're gonna offend each other. Everybody have bad days, to be honest. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna work. Honey, I'm home. That's the shit that we saw on TV with white folks. You feel me? We black folks. Let's keep it real.
Hell yeah, this ain't Married with Children. The fuck?
You gonna
getting the point across.
I'm gonna just say,
real.
oh snap.
Like she gonna wake up because you sleeping on her side, or you ate all the food that was in the microwave. Like, stuff like, people get into it, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you feel some type of way, address it right then and there. You shouldn't suppress it for somebody else, no matter what.
Yeah, don't wait to say shit.
Let's go to Kima. Everybody remember to use your reaction so we can all be respectful and talk one at a time. Let's go to Kima and then Amor and then Thunder. I seen you was about to say something. Let's go in that order.
All right, I just want to piggyback on what that beauty just said. I didn't pay attention to her name at the moment she was talking. I do apologize, but I agree that we're not perfect, right? I don't necessarily think that we're answering the question directly in reference to ourselves, right? I think we're answering the question of ideally, what's the proper way to solve that issue, or you know what I mean? Like, should we suppress our feelings or should we not? I don't think we're all saying like, oh yeah, we're just all perfect and we all communicate well. Absolutely not. Because if that was the case, none of us would have emotions. None of us would be going through the crazy shit we go through or have gone through in our lives, right? I just think that realistically, to answer the question, we're all in agreement for the most part that communication's key, right? And like y'all said, it's a time and place for everything. And we're just not saying that that's how we carry it all the time, every time. But we like to, if we could, if we, you know what I mean? But the reality is we're just not perfect. We can't do that all the time. But that's how it should be.
Got you. More.
Good point.
I'm just gonna say, like, facades can only last for so long, right? And what it boils down to is that people can presume to be great communicators, you know, and even that when we at a vulnerable state, or when we, like, say for instance, we're in the oh my gosh, the bubbles and chewing gum and holding hands stage, where we really, like, we just get butterflies. You get to see the real of who people are with situations. That's why I think it's very important to see people in different seasons of their life. And that
wolf
that
in
goes
sheep clothing. A wolf in sheep clothing.
yeah, for real. And I mean, you know, we tend to and I'm not saying we, you know, I'm gonna just say me, tend to necessarily bring that old baggage, like you said, like y'all said, from childhood stuff, not necessarily healing from your pain, going on to carrying, you know, that whole childlike mindset of actually shutting up, not saying what you got to say, you know, and then you blow up at the wrong people, the people that have nothing to do with your situation. And it's sad, because when they say hurt people, that's exactly, that's true. It's true. And so many people are out here hurting. So many people are out here hurting and don't even recognize that they are hurting people that really got their back.
There's a lot of soul ties out here too. There's a lot of people that, you know, underestimate the power of intimacy, you know. And I mean, I can be the first to admit that, man, I got an adrenaline of just different females, but as you get older, is, you know, you look at things from a different perspective, because at the end of the day, you know, is everybody don't know how to express themselves. You feel me? Even if a girl into you, you might sleep with her, but at the end of the day, she might not be knowing how to be vocal or whatever. And here it is, you going on to the next female. You feel me? And you get ready to get her all screwed up. And then it's like, at the end of the day, you turn a person that was pretty much, you know, cleaned up into a hurt person, like what she just said. Like, and then before you know it, she's damaged. Let's be honest, people don't get hurt 10 or 15 times. I know people that been hurt 1 or 2 or 3 times and they ready to give up on love. Like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's go Neil, Royalties, and then Queen B.
I think one of the I definitely like semi-agree with everything Apple is saying. But I think one of the problems of communication, if we can just narrow it down to one thing, is communicating with the other person, and that other person shuts down, and then you're back to square one, right? Like, you're still frustrated. You're still like they like you have no control over the situation. What
you know what Baltimore City do? They drag. So if you want to talk or whatever, if a female feel like she fed up with you or whatever, she's gonna drag on you, because guess what? She's broken. So all of this sitting and talking, once you know what I'm saying, like I said, wolf in sheep clothing, men and women. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody
Everybody,
always not like the last
everybody
person
not,
you dealt with
everybody not like that though.
in
Everybody
the
not like
beginning.
that. So like, if I think help like I think the one question that's the one part of this question that sticks out to me is healthy and unhealthy, right? A dragger is not healthy. Like that's just not healthy. And if you in a situation where she dragging, then you should take your healthy ass out of the relationship. But at the same time though, if you and that person is trying to be in a healthy situation, then it takes a person. It takes the person, like I told you before, like shutting down is one of the biggest problems within communication. You can be very frustrated with somebody. As soon as you voice your frustration, they take it as this person's mad, or they're, I wouldn't necessarily say it's yelling or whatever case may be, but they're upset that you're upset with them and they shut down, period. Right. And I think it just takes that 1 second to just, I wouldn't use the word suppress. I think suppress is not a great word to use, but I would take a second to just let them know, like, listen, we on the same team right here, but I just got to let you know that I'm frustrated, right? And then once that understanding is like understood, and then you can start naming your frustration so y'all can both be on the same page. But I do think that shutting down um has to be thought about when like suppressing comes into play. Like you gotta suppress a little bit. Like it's gotta be some type of balance. Like as men, I gotta care about the other person's feelings because I'm gonna just be real with you. Like women are emotional people. So by nature, I have to care about your feelings. So I take that 1 second to just care about your feelings and care about what I'm about to say to you. Therefore, we can both get on the same page.
Okay. I believe we got I think we got royalties and then Queen B. And I want to move on to the next topic. I don't want to spend too long. We already spent the hour and we only got the one topic. So I'll let the ladies finish it off.
Thank you again for that. I just want to say really quick on the heels of what Keena said, we're not really answering pertaining to, I guess, reality and how we really are. And I just want to put out there, I was married before and I did not know how to communicate effectively, and there were things that he went through that I didn't really understand because he did not communicate to me. I see him frustrated. I see him angry. He was a hard worker, but by us being so young, we didn't communicate effectively. It's like, you don't understand me. You don't understand me. You don't understand me. And I'm looking at you like, I need a leader. I need a leader. And if you can't lead me, what is it that you want me to respect? Now I'm already married. Okay. So I'm heavy, in the Bible and my role as a wife. But again, you don't just go into a perfect relationship. You don't just go into already, hey, we got everything all laid out. You create that. You have to create that. And it's going to be a lot of sacrifice. And it's going to be a lot of knowing when to say what, when to do what, and how to do that, So if you can't give each other that grace and that mercy, that's going to be a problem. Respect is huge. Men look for respect. Women want to be loved, but men want to be respected. And it speaks about that in the Bible. A nagging woman is annoying. So a man don't want to hear you going off about everything. And it's like, there's no solution. How can he come in and be open with you or say, hey, I want to fix this for you when he feel disrespected? It goes both ways, and nobody is bigger than the next when you're in a relationship. I'm not your enemy. That's what we have to think about.
Facts.
Okay.
Good
Queen B.
Yes. Hit the nail on the head with that one.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't think
I was-
nobody can say that.
Yeah, I'm glad she said that, because what I was thinking too was, I know we talk more so about, I feel like, suppressing negative emotions, but I think that, like, and going to my guy, because he was, a little more like expressive, I think that men are very suppressing when it comes to communicating their emotions, when it's about love, when it's about, and I'm saying as a general, as a whole, you know what I'm saying, like as a group, not individually. But I do think that men today, just like he said, they ready drag. I think more men are ready to drag on a bitch or a female, or they woman, they lady, whatever terminology you use, because there's a lot of different people on here. But like, I really feel like men could do better with communicating to us positive emotions. So that's all I'm gonna say.
All right, so before we move on or whatever like that, I think everybody had some really great points. I do want to take some time right now, and I want to introduce GMD Dev. He just joined us right now. Just let the people know who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Turn the mic on, bro.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Your mic might not be.
Your mic on.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I said what it is to all the familiar faces, all the Mervo people I see in there for real. What it is.
It is,
bro. But my name Dev or Devin, GMD Dev. I'm an artist. I do a whole host of things. It's gonna sound fake if I say everything, so I'm here to talk about whatever y'all talking about. Shit gonna sound so fake.
All right. So let's move on to the next topic. And the next topic I want to talk about, I want to ask everyone, do you want 100% control in your relationship, or do you want someone that's better than you? Let's use the hand raise so we can keep it organized and everybody not cutting each other off.
It was quick on the hand raise too. Oof.
I've been raised.
Yeah, let's go. We're gonna go Phil, Royalties, Lily.
All right. I can't really say 100% control, because if you 100% control, you kind of narcissistic. I ain't gonna lie. Like, you really gonna want that person to do everything you say. Like, in reality, like, ain't nobody gonna do everything you say. Like, the kids don't even do everything you say. So why would you even expect your lover to actually do everything you say? Like, that 100% control, throw that shit out the window right away. It's supposed to be, I mean, this is for some people, because most women do like that 50-50, some women don't. But if it's 50-50, go ahead and say what you gotta say. And you work with that partner. You don't sit there and then tell them like, oh, I want you to do this, I want you to do that, I want you to do, and they do it. Like, who the fuck actually does that? Nobody. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never did that, and I ain't never had nobody tell me to do that shit. We work together. So when you work together with somebody, I would say 50-50, all right, cool. 60-40, 70-30, like, it's always gonna be somebody who's gonna sit there and it's, you're not gonna be 100% with everything. You're never gonna be 100%. So I can't really answer that question in full. I really can't. And I'm a shut it right there, because baby cry. Go ahead.
Okay. Lily.
I would not want 100%. No, that's too much. That's too much control. I'm a manipulative person. I don't have you waiting like a whip. Only if we in the bedroom, that's something different. But you are not supposed to have in control like that. Yes, I'm your helpmate, but you're not going to control me. You're not going to have that. I'm going to have a say so, but you're not going to control the whole situation. You can't have both. Like, somebody has to be the dominant one and someone has to be the submissive one. And it goes vice versa. Some things I'm strong at and some things you're not. So we got to have that balance. Like, I can be strong at doing this, promoting this and that, and you might be good at making music, but we got to work together. It's no 100 and 100. I'm going to give you 100, but I don't want you to control me as 100. No, I'm not doing that.
Got you. And LaBrid, did you mean to put your hand up earlier? Because I didn't want to skip you if you did mean to put your hand up.
I don't want all the control. I can control, but I don't want all the control.
Got you. Bruce.
So I want to agree with LaBria. I don't think nobody wants all the control. That's just unrealistic. But I think people can be very controlling due to trauma. And I was one of those people. And I really had to realize that about myself. Like, certain stuff can come, like, all right, prime example. I was dealing with this guy and he had like a bad home situation. Like, he just, wanted to escape. And like, he'd always come over here, we kicking and chilling. And then we fell out and he just like, you want to isolate me and stuff like that. But I'm like, in my mind, I'm just trying to help you out. I'm trying to give you a little bubble, a little piece, but it comes off as controlling. So I think it's a fine line. But you kind of got to know that about yourself. And that's something I had to learn about myself. Like, I can come off controlling, but I don't want to control you. Do your own thing. Like, but I do want to agree with her. Yeah, like, I don't want all the control with nobody. I don't want you to feel like you my child, because we're not doing that. Like,
got you. Thunder.
Yeah, of course nobody don't want nobody that's 100% in control of the relationship. But like when you say better than you, what do you mean by that? Like what like because people bring different qualities to a relationship, you know. One person can bring one thing, the other person can bring like what the person before me was saying, you feel me, different things to the relationship. So
But
it's
what
not
I
necessarily.
mean, what I mean by better is pretty much Lily kind of said it. Somebody has to be dominant, somebody has to be submissive. So that's kind of what I mean when I say, do you want somebody better than you? Maybe like somebody that you can follow after, or somebody that's like a leader, whether it's the woman or whether it's the man.
If they gonna make me better, yeah. But if they wanna not make me better, absolutely not.
Can I say something real quick about that? When you said, I guess you need somebody to lead, somebody that needs to be submissive. I think in 2023, it's a lot of women who talk about they want leaders and they want guys that do this and that. They want this and that, but a lot of them don't want the guys that, I guess, the submissive guys who more laid back. So you gotta watch what you say when you say that right there.
And was you finished, Thunder? I ain't want
No,
to.
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, Kima, Amor, Ross, Royalties.
All right, I kind of want to real quick piggyback over what you just said. I don't think. Well, I'll speak for myself. I won't say I don't think women, but I definitely don't want a submissive male. I don't want a man to be submissive to me. Sorry about the noise. I'm started driving, but I definitely also don't want 100% control. Nor do I want a person to control me. However, the statement of do I want someone who's better than me, that's not very clear, but do I want someone who can teach me what I don't know if they know? Absolutely. Do I want to be able to, should I be able to teach that person if it's something that I know that they don't know? And I feel like you just play your role these days in a relationship anyway. But sometimes controlling happens without you really knowing it. Like you can control a situation, or someone can control certain situations and it not be like a red flag. You know what I mean? Like controlling is very toxic. It's narcissistic and it's toxic, just point blank. But situational, potentially, and it could not be a red flag. So
okay,
that's my opinion on that.
Okay, next person.
So I'm gonna say I don't want to be rocking a person like I'm rocking my baby right now. Okay. So I mean, I just think that because nobody is 100% all of the time. And sometimes, if I'm feeling like I'm 60%, my partner might have to get me be that 40, so that we can balance each other out. Again, it does come into balance per se. We definitely, we say, like for me, I'll say, I don't want to be in control, but sometimes because I walk a lot in my masculine energy, sometimes I just take control. And because, especially when you're used to doing it by yourself, you take control of situations. And again, but you have to be, if you're with a partner, you have to be willing to want to learn how to necessarily be, bring it down a little bit, be submissive. And it kind of works in both ways. And when people think of submission, they think of some people think of being weak, and it's not necessarily the case. Sometimes it just means sometimes you just got to take that back seat. You know what I mean? And allow things to be what it is. Allow your partner or your partner to allow you to handle the situation, because I may not have the knowledge as to how to handle certain things, but my partner may, or vice versa. So necessarily, I think you have to learn how to control the situation. You have to also learn how to control yourself in particular instances, and just, be who your partner can't be at that particular time, and vice versa.
Okay, next person. Royalties.
All right, there we go. There we go. All right, so look, I'm gonna probably touch a little different basis on this on the topic at hand. You feel me? As far as the control 100%. Like me as a man, you feel me? I will say this: as men, yo, if we control everything just naturally, 100%. Like, say you already got your own stuff going. You feel me? You got your own place, your own wave going. You feel me? You handle all your stuff yourself, and you get to dealing with somebody, but they not coming correct, if I want to say that. You feel me? When it comes to certain things, when you as a man and you got to handle everything yourself, you tend to carry yourself a different way within that relationship, and that's not always the healthy choice. You feel me? And that goes vice versa when it comes to women, because women, if y'all got your own shit going on, you consider yourself an independent woman. You don't need a nigga for shit, because y'all know how y'all women be, respectfully. You feel me? Y'all gonna carry it a different way. It's like, oh, I don't need you. So if you ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. If you sitting there, you there in my place, and you gonna do what I need you to do. You feel me? Accordingly, even if I say it or not, you feel me? Like, so when it comes to that controlling things 100%, I don't really feel like that's ever a healthy situation for any relationship at all. You feel me? Because it puts that other person in a certain mindset, regardless if they want to be there personally themselves or not. Like, somebody talk. Oh no, niggas behind me. Niggas behind me. Oh, I'm on the podcast, bro. But yeah, but that's basically my point on that. You feel me? So I don't feel like it's a good thing for anybody in any relationship, friendship, any situation at all to be content, like carrying anything 100%. There's always a balance that needs to be had. Life is about balance. You feel me? In any situation. So it foremost, like it's definitely a number one thing when it comes to dealing with somebody else.
Right.
Okay. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go. Sorry about that. We're gonna go Royalty, Snail, Bree Shade, and Queen B.
Okay, I just want to say that the word control is kind of throwing me off. So I'm looking for someone to control me, but someone to lead me and to guide me. We have to understand that we are the creation and God is the creator. So seek ye first the kingdom and all these things should be given to you. Okay. So if that's focus, if that's our focus, then everything is going to align. The type of man that you need, all of that is going to be, we're supposed to be pertaining to you. And I believe that a lot of women don't understand that. And I know I receive a lot of heat from this. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. A lot of women do not understand that we came from the man and we was made for the man's glory, not God's glory. Mankind was for God's glory, but the women was made for the man. Okay, so that's why he holds that significance over us. I say he's better than us, but he's here to guide us. So if we don't give them a chance, it's kind of like, hey, I'm independent. I don't need nobody. When in reality, you do. You do need somebody, you know, and you got to do what you got to do at the same time. Now, I came from a family of 5 brothers. Like, I'm the only sister. So after my mom, it's me to be there to help them and to give them what a woman is supposed to give a man, which is TLC. Now, you don't have, I'm not saying bow down to him, make him your God. I'm not saying all that, but your viewpoint on a man has to be significant because you were made for him and you came from him. A lot of us, because of this past trauma, we're like, hey, I ain't respecting no man. Like, you come at me sideways, I got something for you. But that mentality doesn't get you anywhere. And I don't ever want to teach my daughter that. Like, I don't want her to be, I'm so independent that I'm untouchable. Because let me tell you something. I got trash, but I don't want to take it out. I have bills, but I don't want to pay them. I want to have these babies. I want to be home and take care of them. I don't want to trust another human with my child, you know? So that's where a man and a woman, they're there to have that balance and to have that team, because the structure of a family is important. That's why it was created. So if you know your role, all this stuff gonna be good for real. That's all I have to say.
Facts. I wanna piggyback off what Royalty said, because I think I'm glad she went before me, because the word control, I think there's a difference between being I guess like controlling and taking control, right? I think to take control, there's a balance of knowing when to take control, right? That a man has to be able to do that I can't hold women accountable to do, even though I know that they can do, right? And I also wanna say the word better is subjective as well, right? In my experience, I'm about to speak very subjectively right now, or generally right now. So, but in my experience, from what I've seen from men and women relationships, the relationship always works out better if the woman is looking up to the man, if she feels as if don't you know how it would be like, damn, like that's my man, like I like he does this, he does that. She looks up to him, she's proud of him, right? Yeah, just like what Royalty said, like a woman can do a whole bunch of things, like a whole bunch of things, like can take control of their entire life, but it wasn't always like that, and it shouldn't always have to be like that for a woman's whole livelihood, right? For a man, we have to do those things for the rest of our lives, right? The things that women pretty much do not want to do. So for me as a man, I have to live my life as if, I guess I'm the one that's being looked up to in a relationship. If not, if there's a situation where she's either looking at me eye to eye or she's looking down on me, it's only a matter of time for what my man Apple Black says, she's gonna be dragging. You know what I mean? It's only a matter of time because when you say the word better, it's subjective. I give you an example. Like there was this woman who used to make a whole bunch of money, but I was still sleeping on my couch. But she still liked the fact that I was kind of caring. Like she was very like antsy. Like she was like, this has to get done. This has to get done. And I was just like, yo, I'm chilling, yo. All that stuff is going to get done. And she liked me off the fact that I was kind of like laid back, and she didn't know how to do that. She didn't know how to be as laid back and as chill as me. So I stayed around off the strength of that just alone, like just the fact that she didn't know how to be those areas that she needed, and I was able to give her that at that time. So I think the words control and better are very like I wasn't trying to control her life, but I was just trying to show her that this is a way of life that you can go if you pay attention to what I'm doing, and then she could look up to that as a man.
Sometimes you can see more good in a person than they can see in themselves. So.
All right, let's go. Queen B. Oh, was it Breach? Queen B, Breche, Leo, and Ola, then Kima.
Okay, I was listening and it made me think about this one video that I saw with Steve Harvey or somebody. And basically, they were saying that, I don't think it was Steve Harvey, it was somebody else, but they were saying that like women have been, in the past 50 years, have been forced into more masculine roles. And now that our culture has more ways to communicate, we're learning, or we're attempting to learn, as women, we're attempting to learn how to release that masculinity. And then it's an exchange. And then we have men today that are learning how to be more sensitive, emotionally expressive, because they've suffered from so much trauma from. Hello?
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So like they've suffered from so much trauma. So like when I think of the word control, and then when I think of like the masculine woman, like I just want to say no woman deep down in her soul wants to do everything on her own, for one. For two, I think if you say, oh, I don't need a man to do this for me, I think those misinterpretations are subject. So one, we talking about, who are you speaking to? Are you talking about, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful, because I got people like this in my family, so I'm only speaking from my side, but I got, Lil Ray, Lil TT, Lil Low, who then had 3 or 4 kids, 2, 3, 4 different baby daddies, And they just are like, I don't need nobody because I got Section 8 and I got my government stamps and I got this and I got that and I don't need no man. And yeah, because taxes take care of me. Now, if that's the type of woman you're chasing because her body looks good, then sir, that's on you. But if you're trying to chase a wholesome woman, like Royalty said, a woman that knows her role, not even just physically within this world, but spiritually, if she knows her role as far as how to uplift, then or how to reorganize the home, because the man leads the home, the man leads the kingdom, the woman is there to maintenance, to keep clean, and to maintain. You know what I'm saying? So I don't personally think that a lot of females want to be in that type of role or in that type of way, but I do feel that we struggle in allowing men to come into our lives to take away from some of those masculine things that we've had to do. Just like Shorty said, she's like, I don't want to take out the trash. Girl, I just took out my trash today, okay? And trust me when I tell you, I don't want to do it. But when I say I don't need a man, but then if I invite one over here, and as a man, if you're not willing to step into those places, and then if I vocalize myself, because we are practicing healthy ways to express ourselves, right, from the first question. And if I vocalize myself and then you still lack in that area as a man, then my question is back to the group, then what is the necessary step from, and not to say that I don't know it or that I haven't done it, but what does society want for that or from that masculine woman that's trying to give that man that chance and he's falling short? And it's not just him, it's multiple times, multiple relationships, people that have been married and then they got divorced because damn, the way he was isn't how he finished and little things like that. So my question, is like, how can you expect to say a woman, who's so independent or whatever wants control, but if I try to give you that control and you don't know how to pick that shit up and go with it, then what choice do I have? My back is against the wall.
Good point.
A lot of men aren't taught, so they don't know how to walk in that role. We got a lot of elders amongst us that are just like, they are hesitant on stepping in because of how some men react to being told, hey, brother, you should switch up on this. You should try this route. They get so defensive and it's like, hey, brother, I was in your shoes. I was there. I can help you do this, But again, nobody is not stepping in and nobody wants to receive. So then when you go to a woman, all she has to really give you that you're looking for is sex, because there's no building, there's no foundation, there's no goals to, a deeper relationship as far as a marriage. If that's not what you want, that's cool. But the purpose of us being here is to be fruitful and multiply. Okay. So whatever you bring me, you can get what you need, okay? But you got to bring me something beneficial. You got to bring me something sturdy. I need something that I can work with. And if you don't have that, why are we doing this? I'm out.
All right. Brichet.
So it was Dr. Umar that was on the podcast that she's talking about, Queen.
Thank you. I didn't want to say it wrong. Thank you.
No, you had everything she said, like I was literally about to say. I just feel like I spoke on the control aspect, but a lot of women, like she said, with the submission, I'm not going to submit to someone if I built everything on my own and then you come in and you don't show me you can lead. Why would I have you lead me down the dark alley? You're not about to lead me to hell. Like, no, why would I let you destroy everything I built if you're not showing me? A lot of women want to submit, at least the women I talk to in my friend group. But if I'm paying my car, no, I'm taking out the trash, I'm paying my rent, you come in here and you think you're about to get a home cooked meal and you can't even make decisions like, oh, where we going to eat tonight? Look, why am I handing over any type of control to you? I do think that a lot of more like men need to be taught how to lead, but that's on the man side. I'm gonna leave that to y'all. But as she said, a lot of women are just not going to give over that control, which we had to take for so long. And then I'm just going to let you come down and everything about to get tore down because you don't know how to do your job, but you want me to do mine. So everything you said, I completely agree with.
I don't think, because I want to make sure we don't skip this part. Are men afraid to step into that unknown role? Like, are men afraid of making the attempt to? Because like, I love that.
Y'all just coming across the wrong men. That's all it is.
I do think what she definitely said is an unknown role. I want to very key highlight that word, unknown role. It's very unknown and it's very subjective. So I think that it's different in every so basically she's telling this person to come on in here and take control, but he don't know what he don't know what he's doing. And the
That's
fact
why
of
I
the
got my
matter,
man though,
But a
son.
lot
yes,
of men put
but
on the
I don't
facade
think.
that they do, and that's the problem. A lot of them, like you said, wolf in sheep's clothing. A lot of men put on the facade that, okay, and my experiences, I'm not going to speak for everyone, but if you're coming to me and we having a conversation about what we're doing, whatever the case may be, and you, hey, you know, I worked on this with myself, I spent this time alone, I tried to do this, and then the situation occurs and now you're falling back into old habits, or I'm seeing that, you know, yeah, you might have worked on this piece, but you still got bigger issues. It's just like, now it becomes a whole other issue. And then when I'm back to the communicating thing, now that I'm expressing myself, or somebody said earlier, like, women, they don't want to hear you nagging. But if I'm expressing myself, not suppressing them feelings, and you take it as nagging, now we in a whole nother problem. So it's just like, a lot of people put on this facade when I think they just need to stay by themselves, like someone else said, and work on your stuff first. Because if you don't know how you're to lead, and you don't have a man to love your mother or seen that, then why do you think that you should be out here dating?
I agree with
Like,
that.
I also think part of it because some of the roles are changing in a relationship. I think they become they're not gender specific anymore, and I think that's part of the reason why some men don't know how to do certain things. They don't know how to lead because the roles that they're accustomed to men doing, they're not doing anymore. So the roles are kind of they're not gender specific in my opinion anymore.
All right, let's go to the O's. Still got a couple of people. We're gonna go to the O's, Kima, Apple Black, and then Luke.
Hey guys. So I agree with literally everything each one of you guys are saying, but you said something, the host, that you said that we're coming across like the wrong men. I agree with that because I'm an independent woman. I was literally single about 2 years ago. I have my own, all of that. But as a woman, if you don't know that, if you don't have a strong man behind you, you literally, you won't know what you're missing out on. Men are here to help us, to lead us. You know, they're literally our backbone, strong men. You get what I mean? But the thing about it is the music, the industry right now, what is it saying? We don't need a nigga this, we don't need a nigga that, all this, all that. That's another thing too. The media is pushing it like, hey, we don't need our men, but we do. You know, and we don't give Black men enough credits for being here for us. You know what I mean? So if you're coming across a man that ain't shit, unfortunately, you got to move on to somebody who is going to treat you the way that you need to be treated, because at the end of the day, they're here for us. You know what I mean? And we just have to find the ones that balance with us, no matter what, because it don't matter what we got. It don't matter how independent we are, how much money we have, none of that. It's about finding that person that you are equally yoked with. And then you guys can create a foundation. You guys can create a kingdom. It's not easy. Being single ain't easy either. Hoeing ain't easy either. But being in a relationship ain't easy either. You know what I mean? But you have to just make sure that whichever path that you choose, it's a path that is going to lead you to a better life. Not something that's going to make you worse. Not something that's going to just make you, you know, less of who you are. But we do need to have that equal balance. We do need to have that. So full control is not good for just a man or just a woman. We do need to find that person that we are equally yoked with.
Okay, Kima, Apple Black, and then Aunt Luke.
So I just want to say, I feel like yes, the gender roles have changed a lot. And I think for me personally, do I need a man? When I say I don't need a man, I mean like financially or you know, I can take my own trash out type shit. But I think we women have been built to take on more masculine roles because we have a lot of single mom households, right? If you think about like 50 plus years ago, there were no single woman households. Like if a woman was single, 9 times out of 10, she lived with family until she got married or was given to a husband or found a husband or whatever the case may be. And men back then knew their role, right? They took care of home. Women didn't have to leave the house. Women didn't have to go to work. Women couldn't go to work. You know what I mean? Like, so a lot of people or men now don't understand the taking care of the household. Hell, men be like, oh, we got to go 50-50 or this 50-50. We pay rent 50-50. We pay bills 50-50. Yes, we live in a new era, but when you talk about knowing your role and being a submissive wife or being a submissive partner to a male, and this man taking charge and this man leading you in the right direction, men don't know how to lead because they don't have to. They haven't been taught. The generations are getting younger, right? Like back in the day, your big homie would tell you right. Now your big homie think he's 20. Your big homie doing the same shit that 20-year-olds out there doing. So there's no guidance because the people that should be guiding you, your grandparents, your whoever, they're getting younger and younger. So you seeing 40-year-old men out here single, out here trying to book 20-year-old little hot in the ass women. Like, so there is, like, if you're gonna say gender roles, yeah, but men, some men don't know what that means. They don't know what it means to provide for a household because their version of providing would be 50-50. Now, if it's 50-50, that means I still got to go to work. That means I still got to get up and provide for the household equally as much as you. That's not taking on the role of a woman. And then they'll still want you to turn around and be submissive. Shit, if I'm doing 50% of the work, you still want me to be submissive? You still want me to come home and cook dinner after I work 12 hours? You still want me to, you know what I mean, play homemaker when I'm out in the world with you? We working together because you said this is a 50-50 type situation. I got to be 50% on the rent. I got to be 50% on the bills. And that's not what men have done in the past. That's not how they've taken care of home in the past. So
I was right with you until you said that last sentence, sis. I ain't gonna lie, I agree with you on 98% of what you said, except that last sentence. And the reason why is because just like homie said, as soon as some shit happens, a woman is ready to drag. No, when you come across a situation that you are dissatisfied with, it's not healthy to just say, you know what, I'm gonna give him attitude, I'm gonna give him sass, I'm gonna bring it up to the table to be like, oh, well, this is all I've done, and da-da-da-da-da. What have you, like, no, that's not constructive in the type of world that we need to live in today. Because you just said the man is like trying to figure it out. So if you become inconsistent in the way that you choose to love, how can you expect him to be consistent? That's all I'm gonna say.
We got Apple Black, Antlope, and then we got Phil.
And after Phil, we got the comments.
The piggyback, you can hear me?
Yeah.
The piggyback off of what Kima was saying about men back in the days, they was just more wittier. You know, what you think about the movie Poppy was a Rolling Stone and all of this, wherever he lay his hat was his home. He just was leaving that household and creating another family and that, you know, somewhere else. But to be honest, as men, we gotta be real with ourselves. We done failed our women since slavery days. You did, even down to the culture of music. You know, we call them bitches and hoes and shit like that. Now you have this whole culture of women just rapping about the power P, and a lot of men don't like it. You feel what I'm saying? But we've been calling them bitches, hoes, suck my dick, this, that, and third. and another thing to go back, excuse me, excuse my French, but to go back again to like back in the days, a woman was submissive. A man was bringing his whole check home. The clothes was folded. The kids homework was done. Mm-hmm. And she didn't have no complaints. And he didn't have no complaints. Giving his check to his wife. So what changed? What changed when they start having these programs like Section 8 and stuff like that, where a man couldn't be in your household? You feel me? Like it's really a system that's rigged on child support, all of that type of stuff. And it divides. If you ask a black woman, I'm not talking about none of y'all queens it's on here. But if you ask a Black woman that's going through it with her baby father, who is her number one enemy, she gonna say the Black man. She ain't gonna say it, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it go back to the original conversation, hurt people. That's
All right, Luke.
I ain't even gonna lie, son. I don't even know where to start because this whole conversation been everywhere, touching all types of topics, and I done had things and so many different things that I wanted to comment on, and it's everywhere with it. But I'm gonna just kind of speak for myself. For example, I work. On top of me working, I got my own shit. I've been working, having my own shit, taking care of myself for the longest. Right now, I'm single. Now, I mean, and this shit kind of let me know why I'm gonna stay single for a while. I'm single. I'm working on trying to start my own little business and everything. A lot of the stuff that people commenting on is saying is the reason why I'm going to stay single and do it how I do it. Once I get my business and all of that stuff established, then I'm going to kind of worry about dealing with a relationship or something like that. Or trying to entertain a female seriously. Just because of a lot of the stuff that's being said right now. Now, man, and I feel like with me knowing what I want and knowing how I want to do it, some of that stuff going to compromise what I want to do. Because yes, I want a partner. I want somebody to be right there with me, but look at what comes with it. And I'm coming with my shit already good. Now I mean, so fuck all the what can I do for you and how can I do it and how can I lead? I'm already leading. Now I mean, I'm leading myself. Really, I just want a partner. But just from all of that right there, let me know, I'm cool with how I'm doing and maybe I need to fall back on a partner. I don't want to be lonely. I still got friends. I still got people I deal with, but I let them know up front, I don't want nothing serious. And if you can't respect that, I respect you not wanting to fuck with me like that. I can't knock you. I ain't lead you on. I ain't trying to hit you with no bullshit. But right now, this journey I'm on, because I know what I want, and I was raised by a woman. Now, I mean, you're right. I didn't learn how to kind of lead, but I'm teaching and learned on my own. Come on, man. I'm keeping it like this, man. I'm keeping it like this. All I'm saying is everybody got a lot of good, valid points, but everything everywhere. And it just showed me why I feel like this the way to go. Make sure I got my end right, keep on going, get my business and everything together, and then go. Then you tell me what you could do for me. Because I can do whatever. I can lead, I'm a born leader, but what can you do for me outside of what it looks like I can provide? Because it all comes back to what the fuck can you do? As a man, that's what it boils down to, regardless of how it go or how the conversation go. What can you do as a man to lead this and make it right? And the couple right there, I can already see that y'all got it, y'all need to have it, and y'all doing it. I see it just through the video. She compliments you. It's all about complimenting me as a man, understanding, building me up to make me want to go even harder and do even more to make this right. You being submissive like that and helping me, that's a job. And giving me your opinion. And I feel comfortable now talking to you and giving you my opinion. Even if it ain't right, we can agree to disagree. You see the people that actually do it and make that stuff work. Everybody just big-headed. The internet, know what I mean? The BBLs, know what I mean? Like they said in the music, everybody hitting good points, but just not being real with themselves. It takes a person to change. It got to start with a person. So you can say you want to see this person do this and do that, but if you ain't doing stuff on your own, it ain't even gonna happen. You still can't be with that person. Now, I mean, everybody say you gotta love yourself. What's loving yourself? Don't you already feel like you love yourself? Do you really love yourself? Now, I mean, like we can go everywhere and all around the board with this. That's all I'm trying to say and all I'm trying to get across. But that's how I'm moving with myself as a man. I'm keeping it moving. I'm establishing myself and I'm gonna get all my stuff right and then go from there. See if I want to date. Because this shit ain't right.
Okay, so Amor is going to stop the show right now and she's going to read off some of the comments so that we can be able to keep up with everything that's been said. The comments are going crazy on these topics right now.
Man, too crazy. They loving y'all right now, what y'all got to say, man. So we got Ace 328, Bogey, really talk about a lot of women meet a guy flashing money in the club and they expect him to know how to be a man at home when immaturity showed in the beginning. I'm just saying. He said, choose carefully, ladies and men. We just have to choose carefully. Kayla in the comments, she said, I think many of us have different versions of what we believe defines what a leader is. Her and Bogey is over there going ham. You hear me? So Kayla also said, I think about that as I'm raising a son. He sees me doing everything alone. I don't want him to think a woman should bear it all. Women now have equal employment rights. That's the difference between back in the day. You know what I mean? Then they going back out to cut the grass, right? That's what Bogey said, cut the grass. You know what I mean? And Kayla says it also doesn't help that this economy is the way that it is. 2-income households are struggling. Back in the day, 1 income would suffice. You know, because we out here, it's harder than the bench press. Life is life and out here. Then Bogey says, my brother, if you had a queen in your life, the goals you're trying to achieve, you would get there faster. No cap.
Exactly.
No cap.
He who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. All right. So
But see, women have to prepare themselves to be wives. You know.
That part. We gotta do our healing.
We be wanting the rain, the glitz and glamour, you know, the whole ceremony, but really, are you prepared for yourself? Are you prepared yourself to be that, to take that position? Because it's a two-way street. Marriage is hard, bro. Marriage is hard, but it's possible. It's possible, but people have to be able to stop being lazy, put in the work. It's not a one-way street.
Right
I don't think they being lazy. I think everybody got this grass is greener mentality, and it's really a problem.
Yes.
Like they have, they don't appreciate what they have, and it's like I don't think it's laziness. I think it's it's something better over there. All right, well, she nagging, so I'm gonna go over there. I think it's this grass is greener mentality that is really like. And the victim mindset, that all right, don't get me started.
But Brochet, you know what I say? I say when people say, "Oh, the grass might be green on the other side," if you water your grass be just as green.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, a lot of people
even
won't
just
be
that,
nice
but
to them though. A lot of people be trying to follow trends and do what other people do
Yep.
instead of on what they
everything ain't for
what makes
everybody.
things work for them. Like
Them
that's the
couple
main
rules.
problem. Everybody online looking at somebody doing this and like, oh, I do it this way. Of course you do it that way. So do it that way. And you ain't gotta worry about all of that because it don't matter if you're doing it your way.
Right. But y'all, Phil has his hand up. Can we go back to Phil real fast?
Yeah, I was about to say after Phil, we're gonna start our next topic.
So look, right, my bad. I keep running away because daddy duties, but still, like I want to chime in. I don't know who said because like I was running back and forth. But I got this shit up so I can hear everything. But when it come back in the day, you had the man Rolling Stone. Unfortunately, my father was one of them. But yeah, I mean, Rolling Stone, doing this, got a whole family across town or in another state, something like that. You gotta think, what changed? What changed was the economy. Like, first off, you can easily take care of a whole house and everything off of $700 a week or every paycheck type of shit. Like, nah. Nowadays, y'all already know rent is like fucking at the least like $1,200 for a 1-bedroom. Like the fuck, who the fuck wants to sit there and pay $1,200 when back in the day they was paying $700? He's paying $700 plus to go ahead and take care of the whole family. So if you're making like $1,400 a week, if you want to do the weekly thing, then shit the fuck, like damn right. He gonna go right the fuck over there to Susan or Mary Beth, whoever the fuck you gotta go to. Yeah, I mean, to go ahead and take him, you gotta take care of, because he's not getting what he want at home, so he gotta go somewhere else. Nowadays, like, I mean, that standard still stands. Like some niggas, not me, but some niggas will want this, that, and the third. They want that cake and they're gonna eat it too. I mean, realistically, that shit don't pan out for the nigga in the long run, but how they tell you, live in the now and not for later. So I mean, you never know when you're gonna pass away. You never know when anything might happen. So you're gonna live in that now. So that's what happens when it comes to dealing with a family, and then when it comes to actually just dealing with what you want, you gotta add them two together. You can't sit there and add 1 + 1 = 6. You can't do that. I mean, my math might be wrong. I mean, y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but I know for a fact, my people's, they instill all these manners and all the other shit in it. But when it comes down to with the family, like the nigga that sit there and took her home and then went off and did his own thing, she don't know what he doing. She don't know nothing that he doing, but she already know bills paid, food on the table. Now, when you get to nowadays, yeah, shit might be there, but it's going to be taken away from this man's pockets. But the thing is, the rent bills, everything went up. I mean, drastically went up since then. So like most of us living in Baltimore already know Bethlehem Steel. Bethlehem Steel was that money maker for everybody. They thought they got the top notch job, so they're gonna do what they're gonna do. And if they can get away with it, they're gonna get away with it. And if you didn't, damn, fuck. All right, well, shit, I gotta choose which family I want to be with. Who's gonna take me to child support? This and the third. The programs, like Luke, I think Luke said that shit. Like the not Luke. I'm sorry. Somebody said some shit about programs being brought up. Section 8, child support, all other stuff. Child support was brought up to take the man down in the first place, take the black man all the way the fuck down.
Exactly.
Because the nigga was already doing that in the first place, but he just felt like he needed his cake and wanted to eat it too. So he went off and did with his other thing.
I ain't even going
Nowadays,
I want to piggyback off of bro. Go ahead, bro. Finish. I want to piggyback off what you said about child support too, real quick.
Yeah, well, we got to move on to the next topic. We only did two topics.
Just move on to the next topic. Move on to the next topic. I'll hop back and more. We got this.
Yeah, I know we want to, say so many things, but y'all know it's 8:18. The episode is over at 8:30. But if y'all want to continue and y'all got time, we can let it rock out. But we only got the two topics. It is a lot of us, so I definitely understand. But I'm
real quick, Boop. Sorry to cut you off, but like I'll comment it. I ain't heard nothing about what you had to say about anything, brother. Nothing. I mean, yeah, you the host and everything, you doing all that, but we ain't heard nothing from you. You heard everybody else input, but we ain't heard nothing from you.
I mean,
I'm gonna shut up now.
I appreciate that, but as the host, you feel me? I gotta keep everybody from having these long dragged out ass stories that niggas is doing. You feel me? Like everybody's story is dragged out and all that, so I gotta still keep it going because we on limited stuff.
I ain't gonna hold you, boo. I'm feeling, bro. I'm feeling still on that. We need some input from the host, man. Like, what's your thoughts on these topics that you putting out here, bro?
Thank you. I appreciate that too.
I don't mind. I don't mind giving my opinion, but when everybody takes 10, 15 minutes, we on a time restraint, and I want to make sure everybody that's a guest, I'm on here every episode. I want to make sure everybody that's a guest get to talk.
But these questions on every episode. We want to hear from you.
I got you. I'll make sure I say my
Well, once we get to this next topic, I'm sure that he'll say what he got to say. So let's go.
Let him go first. When that next topic come up, let you go first, boo.
I think this next topic, the females gonna want to speak on it first before the males, because this next topic is, how do y'all feel about this Summer Walker versus Just Hilarious situation?
Can somebody tell me what fully happened? I'm sorry. All I know is
All right, hold up, wait. I just want to say one thing. Just Hilarious
They don't make no money from me.
Just Hilarious is a comedian. I feel like a lot of these people out here are so soft nowadays. Like Richard Pryor and them used to peck and crack and say whatever they wanted to say, and everybody just had to take it and run with it. Like, we laughed about it. If you don't think it's funny, don't laugh about it. But Just Hilarious.
They ain't making no money from me. Fuck them.
What happened?
All right. So long story short. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
She said that nigga stink.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Well, one person take the time and give the full breakdown.
Let the young lady go ahead and say what she was going to say.
Long story short, Just Hilarious had got interviewed, and she was talking about, her coming across. This was right after CIAA weekend and all that. And basically, she was like throwing it out there. She was like, "Yeah, he was out there sweating and all that. Like, he was real musty. Like, like Shorty said, like, she was definitely giving her comedic vibe, and she might have been like, like when somebody's sweating and then performing, like, he was giving musty vibes. But like, to say he stank, like, she didn't say he stank, like, she didn't say that, but until it got all blown out the water. So long story short, she DM'd him during the CIAA weekend when shit was popping off, because she had a party out here and he was in town. So she hit him and was like, "Yo, I got, I done hit up this person, hit that person, whatever." And I don't know if y'all know, but it's a certain type of way when a chick from Baltimore is trying to slide in a nigga DM. And all she sent 2 motherfucking messages. She sent, "Hey, yo, I'm proud of what you're doing, support what you're doing, peace up, whatever, one love," right? Then the next message was like, "Yo, are you in town? Are you still in Baltimore?" Like, if I'm a celebrity, okay, I got money and you're in my fucking city, I'm gonna hit you up, my guy. Like, what's good? Like, that's just normal
That was a
fucking
regular conversation.
Yes, so like
Exactly.
My
Summer
guy.
Walker, I just feel like I'm gonna just be honest. Summer Walker did way too fucking much. It should
It
have
was
stayed
definitely
between
the
her
my guy.
and Lil Meech, for real, for real. Because Summer
Yes.
Walker talking about you shorty, you 1 chromosome away. Bitch, you went under the knife. Like nobody even knows what you used to look like. You probably looked like a man too before you got the fucking surgery done. Like relax. Like I don't like that black woman.
It's
Black
only
woman
two.
beat
It's
shit.
only 2 chromosomes anyway.
It's only 2
Right.
chromosomes anyway. Like that shit was corny to me. Her even commenting, and then like Lil Meech's like, all you had to do is be like instead of him being like, damn, like, oh well, that's crazy how a chick saying all this, but she was in my DMs. Like that's that whole ego shit nowadays anyway. Like that's that shit that's just crazy.
The
Because
Napoleon complex.
it's like, yeah,
Them
it's like, bro,
DMs
why
was
do you even
whack
have to
though.
say
I
all
don't
that?
even know why he did that. Them DMs
That's
was
what I'm
whack.
saying. Like, why you had to even do all that? Because like now like the more he talk and the more she talk, the cornier they get. Period.
Well, I
They
say
belong
that, but I
together.
know what was going on. So I mean, yeah, y'all could go. That's a little
She's
much.
a
I ain't know
comedian at the end
nothing.
of the day too.
Look,
So
I'm not even gonna lie. Like SZA was bad in the first place, but she after going on the knife and all that shit, she made herself better. Like that little phony ass little butt she had. Man, fuck all that. Like
Not the
real
phony
niggas know.
butt.
Real niggas know.
I'm
Look,
back.
you see that
Sorry.
video when she did little jerky
hey
shit
yo,
going, kicking them hips,
Yo,
man. Fuck all that.
How we
Like
go from
one
Summer
of the
Walker to
comments said,
all right,
"You
SZA
wait,
on
though?
look.
her face."
One at a time. One at a time. One at a
Just
time.
like just like what's her name? Big Sean wife or baby mother. Like shorty bad too. Like they bad, but you gotta go on the knife. Why you gotta go on the knife? You want the scrutiny from all these other people, but you listening to all it. Yo, it don't matter. Like just like how we in this right now, they listen to the same shit. Oh damn, well she did this, she need that. Like fuck out of here. Like if you're not comfortable with yourself, then say that shit. Why the fuck you gotta go on the knife to go do some shit to make yourself to appear better for somebody else? You gonna make sure you good. Find that motherfucker that's gonna make sure you good. He's right there. Like, well, my girl, like, I ain't gotta worry about shit. She good with or without makeup. Like, who the fuck gotta sit there and worry about somebody that gotta do something to make themselves look good, make them feel better? That person that you with should make you feel like you the best person in the fucking world, period. And if they don't, bye. Like, shit. real shit.
Let's go to.
Like
Hold
in
on. Let's go to.
society we in today, you could be making this girl feel like she the best in the world. If she feel like that's what she want to get done to her body, if she want to do that personally, she done already told herself in her head, this is what she want to do for herself. And she ain't gonna
Yeah,
feel
but at
right
the same
unless she
time,
do it.
listen, when
And
I say
that's
this
why
part,
they do
when it comes to
it
that,
and get it
you can't
done.
stand do that though. You can't do that. Yeah, man. Like, look, you gotta be like the conversation earlier. You gotta feel comfortable with yourself. If you're not comfortable with yourself, why can you be with somebody? First off, why you gotta go on the knife and go do all this shit to make yourself feel comfortable to be with this person? That person you with should already make you feel like you're the best in the fucking world, period.
Well, I'm gonna say this:
If
bitches
they
go on the
don't,
knife all the time, but they don't go.
In their mind, they doing it for themselves. They not
Ain't
doing
no
it
woman
for a
going to the
person,
knife just for
doing it
themselves. They
themselves.
doing it because of the attention they get. They doing it because of the niggas, because y'all are
That's what
feeding
they
into
want
it. That's
to
on
do. They
period.
want
They need to go see a fucking dentist.
All right, we're
Can I-
gonna let
can I-
Kurt. We're gonna let Kurt speak on this. He raised his hand, and then we going unless y'all got some out.
Then we
something
gonna hit
else
these
y'all wanna
comments,
talk
my
about.
boy. We gotta hit
these
these
comments
comments and go live.
I got 2 things I wanted to say. Right? One, how y'all feel about this new Gunna album? Are you listening to him or not?
That shit fire. That shit fire.
What was this thing I was saying? I made me fucking lose my train of thought. Hold on.
Or you
But no,
supposed to be
about that
talking
Gunna-
about the topic because we about to meet your ass.
Right, because
No,
everybody
no,
turned to
no,
a
no,
fucking
it's
racist
something
being
about
that
the topic.
goddamn
That's
booth
what
so
I'm saying.
damn
Y'all made
long.
me lose my train of thought.
The
I
topic
only
was
said
about
something
the
about
Summer
Gunna because
Walker
you
and
said
Jess
something about
Hilarious
Summer
thing.
Walker. Yeah, that's the only reason why I said something about Gunna.
Kurt ran with the fuck up right now when that pool so goddamn long.
You said what?
Go ahead. What's
I
your
got out the
topic?
pool. No, go ahead. I'm gonna come back to it once I remember.
All right. Anybody else got anything they want to speak on about the Summer Walker before we jump into the comments and move on to the next topic? All right, Amor.
Yeah, I can't. Can I throw something out there?
If it's not about the topic, no. I ain't trying to be smart. But
No,
we getting a little too.
you talking about Summer Walker and Jess Hilarious, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
got
sir.
you.
Is this over Lil Meech?
They got something to deal with them, yeah.
All right. All I can say, man, listen, man. Just hilarious. She different. She a different beast. But Summer Walker, it's all the gain, like attraction and attention. That's all it is. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. These people is, rich. You feel what I'm saying? And that's why, I feel most of the times, a lot of people that's wealthy, it shows that they're not happy. So it goes to show you that money doesn't make you happy.
Mm-hmm. So much so, man, they get in the comments real heavy about this Summer Walker. And just hilarious, they in there real corny talking about they look very corny. Kayla come through and it was a general conversation. She wasn't even being thirsty. Him posting that was goofy.
Right,
Bogey
exactly.
said nothing but big up to him, LOL. You got Jessica came in. She said, laughing my off. We are all one chromosome away with that logic since there's only two. The pack didn't even make sense. Kayla came back with they belong together. They both goofy as fuck. And he's gonna make a fool out of her, just like her previous relationships. Summer needs to be alone and go heal for a while. Cause how your last 3 dudes got you looking crazy.
But they ain't talking about Justin Country Wayne though.
Look, we ain't talking about that right
Look,
now.
we done talked about it. The shit that was years ago.
For real.
What
for
about
real. And
Chris?
just doing her thing. Just
What
doing
about
her thing.
Chris?
People just gotta
Just
stop being
Hilarious and Chris.
That's all the comments.
Yeah, that's all. But people always try and dig you up. I swear.
That's the life they
All
live.
right, so what you say, Danielle?
I said that's the life they live. So of course they're gonna bring something up.
Yeah.
Anything that's public you did is fair game in that line of work.
Look, you got money, they're gonna come at you. Real shit. They're gonna come at you any way possible just to try to tarnish your fucking name for whatever reason.
Even if you ain't got money, they coming after you. You feel me? But on to the next topic, y'all. Let's get.
All right, so I know everybody heard about this situation with I think 5 different people trying to go down to the Titanic, see the Titanic and everything. I'm not going to mainly focus.
Can we ask questions that's going to pertain to Black people? Okay, sorry, I had to say.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Y'all ain't even let me say the topic. I'm using this as an example before I even get to the topic.
Hey, yo.
No, we ain't fucking
Yo,
doing
y'all talking about the motherfucking billionaires that died in the submarine?
No, I didn't even get to the topic yet. I just used that as an example, but everybody started talking. So
Yeah,
I was just
like
asking
Rick
if everybody.
Ross said,
You use that as a segue
everybody
with
hear
Bill
about.
doing that. Big fish. Like
All right, so y'all know how everybody pretty much heard about, what happened with them, the people like
For sure.
unfortunately losing their life. The reason I brought that up is because the next topic is, when is it too soon to make a joke about something serious such as death, murders, and etc. how people do on social media?
As soon as you find out.
Man.
Honestly, as soon as they find out, it's too soon.
You find out too soon. But the funny thing is, as soon as you find out, somebody's going to make some type of joke or something, but they're not even thinking about it.
It's always one.
So that's the thing that people don't even realize, like, oh shit, in my head, like they're not thinking about what just happened until they're like, oh shit, my bad, too soon. But
people are sensitive.
Yeah.
Got some hands raised. Boot.
All right, so we got Kurt, Wizard, Kelly, and Phil.
Unmute your mic.
Yeah, yo, honestly, like she said, yo, as soon as you find out, too soon, right then there is too soon. Like, you gotta give people at least a moment to. If it was your people, your family, your friend, anything like that, you gotta give a person a moment to process this shit, get through their emotions, figure out how they gonna move forward from the step. You feel me? Before you wanna be sitting there cracking jokes about it. Like life is life. We all go through it. Shit happens. You feel me? And we gotta move on. But like that whole process of people taking videos and pictures of people in the casket or people hurt or anything like that, that bugs me. You feel me? Because it's like, bro, what you doing? You geeking. If that was your family, you'd be wilding right now, yo. You'd have been cutting the fuck up, wanting to fuck whoever the fuck camera it came off of, all that. You feel me? Like, so when it comes to certain things, as human beings, we gotta understand, like, yo, take a moment, put yourself in that situation, feel that for what it would be if it was you, and then you can move on from it. You feel me? Once you move on from it, yeah, you feel me? Shit happens, bro. If you happen to make a unconscious joke once in a while, all right, cool. You feel me? But all that keeping it going, all that extra shit that people be doing, we as black people, because it's mostly us black people, we laugh about every fucking thing. We are taught to laugh it off, move through it. You feel me? We're taught to try to figure out a way to better process a situation. So beyond that, you feel me? After you give a moment for a person, then I mean, it is what it is. But like she said, yo, right then and there, when you first find out, that's too soon.
Okay, was it?
I just feel like back in the day, the internet didn't exist. So like when comedians and people troll, you didn't see it till months later, or maybe when the DVD dropped, or if you caught a clip on YouTube or something, it wasn't so in your face. So now when something happened, of course you got people like, and then they made making clips and content so viral, and you being able to monetize so much, people going out their way to figure out a way to get something to pop off so they can get something off of it. Now, whether it's right or wrong, you feel me? That's up to your discretion. That's how I feel. If you want to create content, like if you want to do what they call content over everything, you just got to own it. That's your lane. So when people come at you, they talk about they want to punch you in the face when they see you and all that. You just got to deal with that. But if you feel me, if that's not your lane, you might, even if you poke a little fun, it's all in what's distasteful and what's not distasteful. Like you can joke about something and not go too far about it. It's the people that go too far that want to drop the F-bombs or this, that, and the third. Like you gotta keep it cool. Like keep it. I hate to say it, but sometimes you do gotta keep it PC. Like you don't gotta just. Some people be trying to get the shock value, and it make you look like a clown. It's not even funny at a point. Like doing too much.
Phil.
So yeah, man. When you want to go ahead and talk about that shit, like as you know, we got a homeboy in the past, and like I haven't heard no jokes, and I swear to God, I better not hear no jokes. But like hearing about shit when somebody pass away, it's gonna take a little bit. I better go ahead. I'm talking. But when you actually got something that like real close to you, like family, like not even comedians, nothing like that. Man, they all right, come on, golly. But when I would say give it like I can't even really put a time frame on it because like death is different between different people. So you can't really sit there and say how long somebody can grieve on that one. So if you want to grieve, you're going to grieve. Everybody grieves differently. Some people shut everybody off. Some people sit there and joke about it right away. I mean, it's on that person. But when it comes to that person or the situation, how that person passed away, you got to think about it. Like, is it bad or was it natural causes? Because if it's natural causes, all right, you could talk about it. I mean, you just to get up your chest, because some people can't really sit there and talk about certain shit like communication. That's what the whole podcast was about, communication in the first place. So you go about it talking, you can joke. Some people take it the wrong way. Other people might know how you deal with grief. So that's how you do it. But I would say don't even joke about it in the first place, honestly. Ain't no joking about death, because man, we all living on borrowed time. Everybody in this chat right now have a death date. Sorry to say it, but everybody has one, but who knows when it's going to be? And would you want somebody to joke about your shit? Granted, I want somebody to joke about me when shit, because I want everybody to laugh. I don't want nobody to be sad about anything that happened with me. I want you to think about all the good times we had, everything about that. Don't sit there and joke about, oh, well, he did this, that, and the third. Like, oh, well, fuck that shit. Like, nah, sit there and remember the good times and stop. Like, if you want to joke about the good times. Don't joke about how that person died. Don't joke about what happened when they died. Just, like I said, you gotta deal with the way you deal with it. But I will not put a time frame on it because I don't joke about death, period. Granted, I got hella people that passed away. I never joked once about any of them. Not one. And if I did, let somebody stab me, let God hit a lightning bolt, hit me right now on any of that. Because real shit, I can't joke about death. So when it comes to that, it's to that person and whoever they're around. Because you're going to do it around certain people. You're not going to do it around everybody. You're going to do it around certain people that you know that's going to actually, it's going to take what you say in a comedic type of scene. Not no, oh, he's serious. Oh, he talking this, that, and the third. So, no, I'll leave that shit alone from that point. And I'm going to shut up because she's talking too much.
Got you. Bree Shay, then the more.
I mean, I feel like, all right, when it comes to something real serious, something tragic, no, I don't think we should be sitting around joking about it. I don't think nobody's sitting around laughing about how somebody died. But as somebody who was just laughing for that specific incident with that submarine, I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It's stupidity. Like, y'all shouldn't have went down there. Am I lying? Am I joking about Ray down the street getting killed? Hell no. Like, that's a little different. But I feel like in that circumstance, in this specific situation, oh yeah, baby, I was laughing at all the memes. Y'all spent $250,000 to go down to the Titanic to see what?
See nothing.
Like, but on a regular basis, I'm not laughing at nobody dying. Like, no. And like he said, like, don't make me laugh. I might be joking about somebody's life, like the things we did together, the good times. Like when I go, yeah, I want y'all to laugh about all the fun we had. Yes, we had a ball because I'm going to laugh. Life too serious. I'm going to joke. I'm going to crack a jokey joke. But on a regular basis, no, I'm not laughing about nobody's death. But that I'm laughing. Sorry, not sorry. I'm sorry.
A waste of money.
Let me tell y'all,
They down there with
A waste of almost $1 million.
And they ain't like black people there either. So
oh my gosh.
They went down there to see
it wasn't that one black person motherfucker in the first place.
I ain't going down there. I'm claustrophobic. No, I can't stretch my legs. No.
Like I said,
it's a reason why
I'm not going nowhere where the whales won't go at. I'm a big
the
fish.
ocean is only 5% discovered. I'm about to go play with that.
Hey, yo, where was they going to see? Like, what was they going to see though? It was a little window. What are you saying to that pill capsule? That little window.
It was on a screen. It wasn't even a window, bro. It was a screen. With a camera on the front.
With SpongeBob
and a PlayStation 2 controller.
You're gonna see Hades himself.
That was don't even disrespect PlayStation like that. That was a Logitech controller.
But see, if you'd use the Xbox, you can change the battery.
That was a Dreamcast controller.
Yo, I'm going to
no Gamecast, nigga. Fuck that Gamecast.
Yeah.
I'm with you 100%. Like I'm with you 100%. With the PlayStation.
Chill, y'all. I'm not supposed to be laughing with y'all. Y'all got chill. Shout out to the whole.
Y'all, let's get to these comments because they going ham on these comments about this whole. If you should, when is it too soon to joke about someone's demise? You feel me? So we got Kayla. She say, "Oh, that's a good topic because I felt a way about Jackie O in the ignorant comments or podcast from her friends." That really hit home for some reason, man. That's crazy. She also said, hold on one second, child. She learned today that there was a black man that was aborted with his wife and biracial children. I ain't hear about that one. Everybody I saw was lighter than me.
On a submersible?
I believe so. We're gonna double check about that. Kayla, make sure you put in the comments. Just give us some clarification real fast. And Kima actually came on the comments as well. Although she's still locked in. She says never too soon, but you have to be ready for the kickback. If your joke is public on social media, because no one else can tell you when and what to say, but morally, it's never a right time. Kayla went on to say, I agree, there's never a good time. People grieve in different ways and time frames. And you also got to remember, y'all, people also grieve by laughing or making people laugh too, you know, but there's levels to this thing, you know what I mean? But hey, you know, we got to keep on with the comments, y'all, and let's go to this next topic.
I wanted to speak on this real quick. We got to go to the next topic.
Go ahead, you can speak on it.
Nah, I was about to say, I just feel like it just shows the type of times that we live in. Nah, man, it just shows how much it's a wicked word. Because at the end of the day, yeah, I understand everybody grieve death and take death different and little stuff like that. But even coming up, there's got no elders, no grandparents coming up. Man, they taught you respect that. It's times you could be outside in the hood, you in the street, you see the line coming down the street, they coming with the cars and everything. You don't know who in there, but out of respect, you taking your fitted off till the shit go by. Nah, man, it just shows how much what people do for attention, yo, and a lack of compassion for human life. That's how I look at it, period, in general. Nah, I mean, I feel like you can't straddle the fence. Ain't no ifs and ands. It's my people's or this or that. Nah, death is death. Compassion is compassion. I was still like, whether what they did was stupid or not, like, death, nah, I don't like that shit.
I feel you on that one. I was real quick. Like, I don't know if anybody's saying that shit about the 14-year-old and the mother that got punched in the face at some little Chinese restaurant in Chicago or Detroit, wherever. Like everybody commenting, oh, I ain't gonna lie, every single person in here would jump. If somebody hit their mother, they gonna do what the fuck that little nigga did, flat out. And freedom, I mean, that's the only person I'll say free because it's within the rights. Like, who the fuck gonna hit my mother in front of my face and you think you gonna live to see the next day? Fuck out of here. Like, nah.
But then in that case, you don't get compassion for nobody. Like,
niggas want to joke about it. And it's fucked up that they're going to joke about it because somebody did lose their life, regardless of what the situation was. Somebody still lost their life. Somebody lost a brother. Somebody lost a father. Somebody lost a son. Somebody lost an uncle, cousin. I mean, yeah, this shit is fucked up, but that's the world we live in now. And social media or not, the shit, it's still fucked up no matter what. And yeah, I mean, granted, I'm agreeing with them on the fact of everything, but niggas gotta learn, not even just niggas, but everybody has to learn how to deal with certain people or deal with people on a intellectual level instead of just off of reactions. Like, yo, you gonna react just like this. Looks like, I don't know who said, but like every action has, or every
action has a reaction. For every
have a negative or positive reaction. So like, no matter what, you punch my mother, I could fight you, but ain't no 14-year-old gonna fight no 30-year-old and really get through unless he like fucking Zion size and shit like that. Like, fuck out of here. Like, I'm gonna do the same motherfucking thing for my mother. I'm gonna ride till I'm dead in the ground, a little more than 6 feet, because I did what I had to do for my mother. Like, fuck all that. I ain't gonna lie. But when it comes to joking about that fucking death shit, nah, like, leave that shit to the comedians for real. Like, unless, like I said, if you're around people that know you and know how you deal with certain shit, that's the only way it fly, and it stay in that circle. If it goes outside that circle, or if you post it on social media, you getting scrutinized no matter what. No matter what, if you right or wrong, you're gonna get scrutinized.
And we live in a world where everybody be choosing, man. Everybody be choosing. That's how I look at it. Like, everything, a lot of things, it's just motherfuckers choosing. It's cool this way, but not cool that way. Man, that's just the world we live in nowadays.
If we could take it back to where we had the bikes outside the house, where you know that person home. If we could take it back to them with the street lights on, oh, I gotta get my ass in the house.
Yeah.
If we get back to them days, it wouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
But we as a person, right? Aren't we the ones that messed it up? Because our parents beat our ass. Then our parents beat our ass and tell us to do this and do that and do this. And then what we do, we grow up and I'm not going to beat my kid. And now your kid is 14 killing people. So we're the problem. Didn't really start with us. Our parents didn't raise us right. And it's a domino effect. So when are we going to teach the generation under us that this is not how it's supposed to be?
But at the same time,
you're right.
Can you honestly say that every parent that everybody has, can you say they were actually grown when they had you?
No, and I didn't know that. They wasn't grown.
This is different. Oh, my bad. I don't want to cut nobody off.
No. Go ahead.
We need one at a time because we can't hear everybody when everybody talking at the same time. So
I'm not too loud. Like, my shit echoed off. I just moved in my apartment, so it ain't really nothing there. But like, The difference is back then they was big on the village shit. Like even when I was coming up, if I went down the street to my man's house and I did some bullshit at my man's house and his people put their hands on me or whoop my ass and some shit like that, they could take me to my spot. I don't even want y'all to tell them what happened, but they could take them to my spot, tell them what happened, and now they're being my ass. This is why I say a lot of these kids in the generation is soft, because now you can't do that. Let somebody put their hands on somebody else, kid, don't touch my kid, don't say nothing to my kid.
They don't understand that
don't
it takes
kiss
a
my
village
kid.
to raise a child.
And in a lot of
mean,
these situations, some people, you know how your kid really is. Know what I mean? So
And
you
they
don't
and
even
they
help with the
oblivious to
problem.
that
You
fact
put a
though.
band-aid
One
on
at
it.
a time, y'all. One at a
To
time,
me, that's
please.
the difference. My bad for being, but that's the difference. The whole, it ain't no village. Know what I mean?
Right. We don't have a village. And that's the
Right.
problem. But we are the person to fix it. The 30-year-olds, the 40-year-olds, and the 50-year-olds, we're the ones that got to fix it. Because we can't rely on the 20, we can't rely on the 19-year-olds because that's the ones that's messed up. We didn't beat them when we supposed to beat them and show them, no, I'm beating you for this reason. Our parents beat us and never gave us a reason why they beat us.
Right.
Didn't I tell you get in the house and they beating us? We don't have that. We didn't change the mentality. We grew up and we went on my trauma. So I'm going to hold this. My son's 17. My dad used to yell, scream, kick, but he was a provider. He never said he loved you, but he provided. Anything anybody wanted, I got it. I lived a nice life. Every kid came to my house with stuff. I didn't appreciate it, but I live now like I don't need a man. You got to change your talk. But we messed it up. I don't want my son to ever hear me yell, scream, and kick. I'm going to talk to him different. I'm going to say it nicely so I don't mess up the next generation. But we have to fix this generation because we're the ones that's messing it up. We can't fix what our grandmother did. We can fix it right now. And these kids are messed up because we didn't beat them, not beat as in hurt them, but teach them in different ways, talk to them physically, mentally. We're not building men. We are hurting men and females. And our generation is messed up from it. So when are we going to fix it?
Yeah, to piggyback on what she was saying, it's a level of discipline that need to be instilled. You feel me? And that's where it comes in when it comes to when you talking about it takes a village to raise a child. Like most people don't understand that it's a level to that. It's not about giving everybody permission to put their hands on your child or anything like that. It's more so giving them permission to discipline and have the right to discipline your child when you know for a fact that you would say the same shit to them. You feel me? If you was there. That'd be the only thing. Like the kids nowadays, these generations nowadays, like we are the 30-year-olds, our generation is the ones that's supposed to be trying to break these generation curses. But like unfortunately we gotta do it. But you feel me, like that's our job at this point. We gotta sit here and show the new generation a better way that we wasn't shown completely. You feel me? We also gotta instill some of the old rules that was out here that made us the people we are today. You feel me? Like,
So Wizard Kelly got his hand up and then Brichet. So we're gonna hit y'all two and then we'll go on to the next and final topic for the day.
I just feel like it's like a sticky situation because when you look at it, you got when we were growing up, things that you might look at as rite of passage types things that we used to do, like tell jokes on each other, talk about each other. We used to really say shit about each other, and it just used to be like you might even feel some type of way in the moment, but it rolled off you. It wasn't like it was like a rite of passage. It was something that you did with your friends for real. So now the kids, they can't even take a joke. It's all took personally. It's all attacks on you. It's this, that, and the third. I mean, stuff used to escalate when we was little and you used to fight about stuff. But other than that, bro, like we used to always talk about each other. So it just what you had your lines in the sand, like don't talk about my mother, don't talk about my grandmother, don't do this, don't do that. And you might get into it about that. But other than that, you could Jones on somebody all day. We did it all day, every day. But now it's bullying. Like I get it that some stuff is out of control, but they made it such a broad umbrella that they can sweep all of it under there. Like anytime you do anything considered taunting somebody, you gotta be bullying them. You can't be just poking fun. It's not they trying to take all of the, you feel me, camaraderie out of everything. They just trying to act like it's straight malicious.
Okay.
I just wanted to say to first situation, I feel like it definitely is picking and choosing, because I feel like with the whole laughing thing, as well as with the young kid that, shot the boy and all of that, you can't have regard for one person's life and don't laugh, but then say if somebody smack my mother or do this to my mother, then I'm gonna just go do whatever about it. Is the same line. Like, that's both situations not having regard for someone else's life. So we can't pick and choose in that instance either. As far as the whole discipline thing, I feel like I'm in a younger generation probably than everybody in here. So me personally, I don't agree with the whole, oh, we need to beat them and let everybody beat their kids, because it's been proven time and time again that beating children have negative effects. And that's probably why some of these kids grow up with no communication skills, because a lot of our parents went straight to whooping our ass instead of trying to talk to us. Back to the whole stay in a child's place when adults talk and don't talk back or seem disrespectful. So I do feel like the discipline need to be there. Personally, every now and then my child will get his ass whooped too. I'm not personally against it, but I do think it need to be a line of communication too. Okay, well, I'm sorry for overreacting and beating you, and instead of communicating better. So I think we also need to do that and learn to communicate with our children, because a lot of people saying this generation weak or they can't take jokes and stuff like that. But the reality is, maybe we shouldn't have been joking about certain shit for real. I mean, our generation might have just been a little too tough. That's why a lot of us don't cry, can't communicate. We all almost 30, just learning how to communicate. So it's just like, at the same time, you got to have some aspect for these young children who are now teaching their parents how to be better parents in a certain aspect. Try to learn from them as well, instead of just saying, they soft, or they feel a slight way about this, or they don't know how to do this, or they need their ass whipped every 5 seconds.
I'll just say one more thing real quick before y'all move on, just to piggyback. Basically, my point was, I really wasn't trying to say far as really, when I say chastise, I don't mean far as the neighbor or somebody else beating somebody else's child. I'm talking about just correcting them, just saying something to them. If you see it all over social media, don't say nothing to my child. Technically, your child was in the wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
And like me personally, like with my son, I don't
Facts,
care.
I definitely
My
agree.
son on some bullshit. You know me. Correct him. Correct him, please. And then after you correct him, let me know when you corrected him. Because if I gotta find out that you did it and now I gotta correct him, it's a problem. That's basically kind of what I'm saying. You can't even do that. You can't do that. And that's what I feel like makes it sensitive. That's why they too sensitive. Because now you're seeing somebody defend you when you're wrong. Now, man, you dead wrong. Your parent know you wrong, but she defended or he's defending.
I agree with that. I definitely
because I don't want to take too much time.
Man,
But
look,
to me,
and
that's
even,
the problem.
yeah, even in the comments, y'all, they said, there's no order, there's no structure. Too many parents want to live their lives and leave their kids to their own vices. There's no guidance, and some parents don't even want to be bothered. Treat their children as burdens. These babies need us to be active, involved in every aspect of their lives.
I don't know if any of y'all from I'm Jamaican, right? So just so if the people now know, so that Jamaicans, listen, let me tell you one thing.
I really want to play now.
Right? Here's the thing. If you go to Jamaica, everyone got the right to beat your child. I'm talking about if they in school and your kids act up, there ain't no calling no CPS. There ain't no, oh, we about to get your parents locked up. There ain't no, I'm about to go beat the teacher up. All this foolishness that I see that happens in America, that don't happen. Like homeboy just said, that he was just saying they need to get checked. You know when a child need to get checked. And people got to have the morals, the values. They got to stand on something to say. If this little 6-year-old, 8-year-old cussing up a storm, being disrespectful to an adult, that ain't right. We joke around sometimes when we hear the white people do it sometimes. I'm not talking about white people, black. This ain't that thing. I'm saying you hear jokes sometimes that sit there and say, oh, they said that to a black person, child. That boy got smacked the crap up. What we are talking about are in our community. So when I'm speaking about our community, what I'm saying is if people let things go on and on, then at that time you're allowing that stupidity, the negativity, the dumbness to go on. And if it's not corrected, that's why you get some of these older 16, 17, 18 that are going to jail so quick, because they don't know right from wrong, because they're so sensitive that as soon as someone crack a joke on them and they don't like it, they want to go shoot somebody because they think that's how they're supposed to handle their problems, because they don't even understand how to have a fist fight nowadays. Now, back then we fought all the time, left and right. I done banked people. We fought, but the thing is, I knew I was okay and I was going to get back home. My mom knew whether I was at a club or whatever it is, I was going to show back home. Right now, I'm scared to fight. If you beat somebody's ass, guess what happened? They're going to tell you, oh, he jumped me. They're going to shoot you. And it's like, you're going to lose your life. Then if you lose or you hurt something, if you beat somebody and it's on social media, see, back then, if you fought, it was done. Y'all could shake hands. Y'all could be, now you fight. If you get Jazz whooped, that's world star. Everybody see him, and that hurt. See, it hurts to see if people see you get hurt like that, and you got beat like that, because then it keep on popping up. Yo, what you gonna do about that? Yo, you gonna let that
kill you every time?
Yo, you gonna let that happen? You ain't gonna say nothing. Damn, yo, when you see him, it's too elevated, and social media, and just with not even just social media, just the way we publicize negativity. It's an agenda. I'm not speaking of black, white, all that, but it's an agenda designed right now to keep the black family apart from this is keeping separated. Whether it's showing people so much trauma, so much victimization, so much negativity. We don't see this that's publicized with other nationalities. We don't see all this drama. We don't see all these 13-year-old Harry, sister Sari Karen did this and XYZ. I'm not saying that it's not there. I'm not saying other nationalities don't do it. Other ethnic groups don't do it. But the thing is, we don't get to see it. Why? Because it's so easy to put that stuff out for us. And the black and black crime, 3 million. Oh, go to jail, 3 million. Oh, but when you see it's the other way around, it's a slap on the wrist. They go back home. They didn't know what was happening. And that's the reason we gotta check our kids. Because if we don't check them, we gotta understand that we at a war right now. And so the thing is, that's why we gotta look at our brothers and sisters and start saying things like, "Hey, homeboy, why nobody check homeboy when before he even punched the lady? He shouldn't have even had the ability to punch him. He been had some hurt issues. He been had problems. And the thing is, whoever his mans is, they been ain't telling him like check that shit. So he probably been going off to that. You know, he's balled his fist and say, "Yo, say something else." And I'm about, what? You got anger issues, homeboy. My brother, you got anger issues, and because you ain't no one help you dealing with that bullshit that you had in your heart, you just took it out on somebody, and that's why you got killed. You got killed because ain't no one ever check you, because your people that was supposed to check you ain't never check you, so now you got killed. I don't believe. I believe an eye for eye, ain't gonna thing. So I'm the type of person.
I want to
punch a woman in the eye.
that real quick too. Like I'm in Florida, just real quick. If y'all go, I'm in Florida. Look at how they do us, bro. I'm in Florida. July 1st, anybody out here can go to the store and grab a weapon legally. Like right now, the way they got it, yeah, people can go and get it now. I mean, but you got to get your little license, get your carriage permit, whatever. But it's open carry. What Lil Man just did out there in Chicago, in the hood, where we at, if that was done out here, they'd be home tonight. He should be home. That was his mother.
And they want to make an example.
Now, I mean, that's
they
what
want to make an example.
That was his mother. They should be home. Because if it happened out here, they home. That stand your ground shit down here for real. I can show you my weapon and tell you leave me alone. Like, I'm good. Like, look, I ain't trying to do that with you. I'm nervous, blah, blah. Put it up. You still decide you're gonna swing on me.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. And then I do want to say something to what you just said that, because a lot of people don't know that gun rights and they don't know gun laws, because you said that, right? And it's a lot of people, like even I carry. But the thing is, if people don't know how to properly carry, or like just like if you shoot somebody and they turn around, then you can get attempt murder, even with a standing ground. But if they turn towards you, you see what I'm saying? So, and here's why I'm saying that, because sometimes people carry and the system still get them because they just not educated, ignorance, darkness. And that's why even if we got to enlighten and we got to help each other out and say, you know what, yo, if you scared or if you worry about somebody else, guess what? You need to get your carry. You need to hold on. But just make sure that somebody's an aggressor and you see something, because if you pull it, you're going to have to use it. But if you're going to use it, make sure they ain't trying to run, because if they trying to run and you do shoot them and they die, guess what? You're going to probably do some time. So you got to be able to live with the consequences. The reason I'm saying this is I can't name drop. So listen what I'm about to tell you. My real brother lived in Florida and killed 2 people. It was 3 of them. He's with his girl eating. They tried to rob him. He said, chill. Now here's the part, the 3 of them. But then as they try to do something, he reached He shoots, they start shooting at him, and 2 of them die, 1 gets away. The thing is, in the trial, guess what happened? These people that look like grown-ass adults was kids, 18 years old. So now they 18. And guess what? They tried them kids like kids. Instead of adults being 18, they tried them as kids. And guess what happened? Just because they weren't facing towards them, and they changed the script in a courtroom and said, "Oh no, he was the aggressor. We would just say we didn't know who he was. It was a mistake." All that bull crap from that last person. Now my brother doing life in jail. So a lot of times we gotta educate people to say, "Yo,
Gotta know the law."
it's just we gotta know the law, yo. We got, like you said, we gotta check each other. When if you know your brother got anger issues, don't wait till he get out there with them. Don't wait till he go take that shit up. I got a cousin right now. 2 years ago, her ex-boyfriend killed her on Valentine's Day because she said she was done with him. It's a lot of men that don't know how to control their fucking anger. It's a lot of men right now that don't know how to control their emotions, that take that shit out on the women. I don't believe that men should be going ahead wilding out and beating up a fucking woman. If you have a household where the man and women are fighting, to each its own. You can do that shit. But I don't think that, I think if one part is a man, if you want to submit, if a wife want to feel protected, then that man got to show her that, yo, I'm going to protect you. But why would you sit there and inflict harm to the person you protecting? And if you with a woman that's going to keep putting your hands on her, you need to get out of that relationship.
Right.
You don't need to put yourself in that level of disrespect. I'm talking to you, ladies. Ladies, if you with a man and he putting your hands on you, why are you dealing with that disrespect? You gotta love yourself to not deal with that bullshit. And fellas, if you're dealing with a woman that's gonna keep talking all kind of crazy, talking all wild shit to you, make you feel, keep reliving shit in the past, and you hurt, and you got shit that you ain't lived, you need to tell her, hold the fuck up. I ain't healed. Heal your fucking self before you get into a relationship or end that fucking relationship, and you need to get help. We all need healing, men and women. But once we understand that we're whole people and we say, you know what, I'm finally healed and I'm whole, it's no longer this bullshit 50-50. I don't believe in 50-50. I believe in 100-100. You give 100% of what you are, I give 100% what I am, and that way 2 whole people get together. So when 2 whole people get together, we can make some shit shake. We can make some shit work. We can have some balance. If I like to turn up and she like to chill, then she can be my balance. Like, chill the fuck out. Didn't you say you want to do some business? All right, you need to calm down. But then I can say this saying, yo, you've been working too much. You need to turn up a little bit. But then we can start checking each other, but we do it out of love, not out of anger, not out of animosity, not out of want, and not out of need. We do it because we love. And if the people keep doing things because they need something or they want something for someone, all this, oh, what you gonna bring to the table? You fucked up as soon as you said what you bringing to the table. Because once you bring some shit to the table, you put conditions on a relationship. That means once that person stops being conditional, meeting your expectations of the conditions you put to say this is why we in a relationship, then that means you have grounds now to exit the relationship. So people are building without no covenant. They're building without being equally yoked. They build without actually having some strongholds and foundations. People right now are trying to build relationships just because they're lonely, just because they don't have a man, or only because I don't have a woman. That's the wrong reasons to build. Build because you want to create a legacy. Build because you actually love that person or you really want to create a family. Now, there are people who want to build just because of business. I respect that too. But don't sit there and you have these conditions, and then when the conditions ain't met, you keep complaining because you put those conditions before you got into the relationship. And that's why they say out of the abundance out of heart, the mouth speaks. And that's why you got to watch the seed you sow. If you see sow seeds of uncertainty, sow seeds of fear, sow seeds of lack, then you're going to get lack in your relationship. You're going to get lack in your finances, lack in your life. But if you have abundance, if you have faithfulness, if you say, yo, I'm going to make this work. So if a man's going through some hardship and you just sit there and say, fuck it, I'm going to walk out because that's all you know, then you ain't no better. You got to sit there and say, you know what? I know I'm fucked up, but hold on, babe. Can we work this shit out? Can we talk this shit out? Let's actually try to see how we can do this thing together. Because that's when people start doing life, because none of us are perfect. We all gonna fuck up. We all gonna let somebody down, and people are gonna let us down. It's gonna happen over and over and over. That's when we gotta have the grace. That's when we gotta forgive. Because how can we expect forgiveness if we can't give it?
Yo, and I want to jump in real quick. This is what happens when everybody take
Mr. O for president. That's what they
saying.
saying.
Don't even get a chance to say what he got to say. I love the passion and everything that you just said, bro. But this is why I was saying earlier, when everybody talk on a specific topic, if you got one person that talk for 20-25 minutes and then they bring up 3 different topics, everybody don't be able to get a chance to say. So me and Amor just was texting each other during the episode, and we were like, yo, the O's ain't really been getting to say nothing. They raised their hand once, but that's why I wanted you on here. You feel me? And this is my first time, meeting your lady. But like Luke said earlier, bro, you can just look at certain things and see it.
Yeah.
I see a strong couple right now, and I'm pretty sure y'all not perfect, but listening to her talk individually, listening to you talk individually, like, yo, you just said some powerful things. We gotta hold ourselves
everything I was
accountable.
saying, basically.
Yeah, and the same with Lily, bro. Like, I respected the fact that Lily sat here and she was like, bro, that's our fault, because our parents ain't raised our kids. They raise us a certain way, so it's up to us to the hold on to them standards and things that we learn from our parents and instill them in our kids. But what we do, and I'm just saying, we as a generation, we want to be their friends. We want to be their best friends. You get what I'm saying? We don't want to hurt their feelings. Like, our parents ain't give a damn about our feelings, bro.
Right.
They
What
give a damn
feelings?
about our
What feelings?
They didn't care about our feelings, bro. My mother came to my school and embarrassed me in front of everybody before. You feel me? Like,
Before it was a bonnet, it was the robe and the scarf with the slippers.
and the big brush. But I did see Brichet had her hand up. I want to give her a chance. I want to stop it around like 9:15, maybe 9:20, but I feel like y'all definitely gonna have something to talk about on this topic. So Brichet, if you had something else you wanted to say.
I just want to say back to the original conversation that I do think we need to be more empathetic with people, but I also think that we need to stop trying to put conditions on certain situations in the event that we should be empathetic. And yes, his man should have checked him with the whole situation with the boy and his mother. But I feel like a lot of people are saying, but if that was my mother, the empathy should not go out the window when it becomes you and your people. We should be empathetic all the way around. So the same way somebody could have checked him, that little boy mother could have checked him from going getting a gun. Somebody could have checked that young sir and said, like y'all said, when y'all used to fight and be done. He could have went there and just beat the man ass and kept it moving. I understand the age difference, but just in that situation. So I think that we need to keep in mind, like, let's stop having the empathy go out the window when we put in a situation when it's our family. And then when it's somebody else's, oh, well, they shouldn't have did this or they shouldn't have did that. We should have it all the way around the board for everybody. And I also wanted to say that I think with the whole sensitive word, again, like I said, I'm not in the same generation as a lot of y'all. So I'm in the one below. I think that we also should stop calling our kids sensitive for expressing them feelings, because the same way y'all say, like, oh, well, men will shut down if you talk to him a certain way. Y'all kids do the same. A lot of our kids do the same. So that sensitive word or that they being weak, if y'all don't want to hear it, don't speak it to your kids as well. And that's kind of all I wanted to say about that specific topic. As far as the gun control, me, my permit, and my gun, my business. So I ain't getting into that.
Right. Yeah, I respect you for that. Yeah, I definitely.
Yeah. So in the comments, I'm gonna just say they said Mr. O for president. you dropping them gems, my boy. You know what I mean? So, but too, right? We just as well as we got to hold these children accountable. We got to hold the parents accountable too. Because as I've read the article, the mother basically told him to go get the gun, make sure you kill him. Right. You feel me? And already you don't know the mentality of our children. Our children are exposed to so much more than what we think they are, just because when they go outside the house, sometimes we don't know what the world that they're getting exposed to. So as parents, we also got to remember, like, stop putting your burdens on your child, right? Because they taking on a lot more than we actually think. So if we're supposed to be a team, and a lot of times women got to stop acting like their boy children are their men. You know what I'm saying? Like, let your child be a child. Let your child be a child. A lot of times these kids growing up quicker than we even think. They growing up right before our eyes. But let your child be a child, man. Do what you got to do as a parent. And if you don't know how to parent, ask somebody. Ask for some help. It's okay. It's okay. Because pride will kill you every time.
All right, so you gonna speak on the last topic and
yeah, because I need some help. I'm going through some things over here, you know what I'm saying? So I need y'all help, right? So I'm gonna be real transparent. I need to ask y'all. So people with manipulative children, if you're in a relationship with somebody and they have a child that is very manipulative, how can you maneuver that whole situation? I need y'all help. Please help me.
I'm out. Ooh, everybody running from that one. Where the O's at?
I ain't gonna run for it, but I'll let somebody spark it off. I let them females spark it off. But I'm ready for this one.
No, go ahead, Loke. You can spark it.
Spark it, Loke.
You want to spark it first.
All right, I gotta put it. I'm kind of speaking off experience. Now I mean, but I'm speaking off experience. I kind of give a real situation for understand. That's like me with my son. My son's 16. I've been around my son, been in my son's life since he was born. When he got to the age of 7, he stayed with me from 7 to 16, till I came to Florida, moved to Florida, whatever. Long story short, he know me. He know how I am. I'm kind of how I'm in the situation we've been talking about. I'm straight. I'm stern. Just because of how I came up. Like, I went left. But grace to God, being blessed, my mother, I got right, and I don't play about my son. I'm big with him not being nothing like me. I work and maneuver how I maneuver just because I want him to just see different. Can't tell him different. I got to show it to him. So basically, I feel like in manipulative situations, you don't want to be in Florida. So because you don't want to be in Florida with me, now you're able to make excuses to your mom for why you shouldn't be down here with me. I feel like you got a man that's willing and able to help take some stuff off of you. And at this point in time, I should be having him till he's 18 or on, because I'm helping him become a man. It shouldn't be no different because I'm not staying up there. Nah, man, but you manipulate the situation by making excuses because you don't want to be here and just tell them like, oh no, like, it's Florida, I'm gonna miss you, I'm gonna this, I'm gonna that, but now you home, you don't do no chores. You don't do the simple stuff that she asks you. And it's like, you're okay with that. But when he's with me, he's doing all of that. So I feel like now it's making the cycle like reverse. So it was like, you letting him manipulate the situation. I'm telling you, you letting him manipulate the situation. Because we agreed that this is how it's going to be and this is where he should be. Because I got to help him be a man. And you got a man that's going to help him be a man. Willing to do it. Able. Been doing it for 7 years. It should be no different because I'm in another state. Help me. Like, how you help me? You got to help me. We're supposed to be partners, supposed to do it together. Stop coddling. Like, that's why I use the word sensitive a lot, man. Because to me, that helped them be sensitive. Nah, man, like, come on, man. I don't know. Like, I got the experience to manipulate stuff. That's how I feel. And I'm watching my son actually do it. Like, he get away with murder. Like, come on, man. We went from being strict, being normal, being an honor roll student. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's
you got any opinions on all that? I mean, I'm Breshay, I'm sorry.
My bad. When I said I'm out, somebody was calling me. I wasn't really out. But okay, my thing is, okay, manipulation in what type way? Are we meaning, because I feel like it's different sides and I kind of seen both of them. Are we meaning new parent get with somebody, you send a child over there telling them do stuff to manipulate, like, break up that situation? Or are we saying manipulate the parents against each other? Like, exactly what are we?
So this could be like a manipulative, like, all right, say for instance, the person is dating someone new and the child is manipulating that situation along with parent against parent, if that makes sense.
I mean, I feel like first and foremost, you need to have a conversation with the other parent. Are we both saying that the manipulation is going on, or am I saying it, or dad saying it, and the other person not really saying it? Okay, so if everybody's saying it, I feel like first and foremost, I'm having a conversation with my child's parent at that point. We both see what's going on. How are we going to work together to figure it out and get it under control? Because I feel like the kid can only manipulate the situation if y'all not on the same page. Like, prime example, my son goes, we do week to week with our parenting. So if something going on at dad's house that he don't do over here, I'm calling dad, hey, I told him he punished, no phone. It need to be the same way over there. If it's not, then that's where it kind of comes in at. So I don't want to say that children don't know what they're doing, but that's on the parents too. Y'all got to communicate. Unfortunately, we all know it don't always work like that. Everybody can't. I mean, my situation wasn't always like this, so everybody can't be mature. But at the end of the day, I feel like that's going to definitely fall down on the parents. Now, if you're the partner in the situation, like you the other person, and you saying what's going on with the child, personally, me, I'm gonna talk to the person that I'm dealing with. If it don't get handled with y'all, I'm out. I'm just not dealing with certain things. I ain't dealing with your child coming over here acting a fool. You don't see it, and then your baby mother got a problem when I say something to him, because that's back to that village. Like y'all said, I'm gonna be able to check him, like not put my hands on him or nothing, but but I definitely feel like it come down to the parents having control, because they're only going to do what you allow as a parent. If y'all both firm and what y'all got going on, both homes, or however y'all co-parent situation work, it leads to less manipulation with the child, because they see that, all right, I'm punished here, I'm punished here. This going at mom's house, this at dad's house. Like they not playing with me. So I just feel like it come down to the parents overall.
In the context, we got Ace saying you can't move on. Kayla said that awareness is key. And Ace came back with, in a situation like that, you're gonna lose regardless. Save yourself and separate yourself.
Was it?
I just feel like when you're dealing with manipulative children, since I deal with kids every day, the best thing to do in any situation, regardless of how it work out for you, is to point it out. Like point it out and make it known that you know that that's what's going on. Because 99% of the time they gonna fold and they gonna tell the truth, or they gonna get it together. Like I got kids every day that tell you they lie on purpose just so you had something to say to them. Like a lot of times they just be wanting you to do different things, to say different things to them. You feel me? To make up for what they lack. It just goes back to like what the other person said. The parents gotta do better. Like, you run into a lot of parents that don't care. You call them, they telling you like what you want me to do. Like they asking you questions like what I'm supposed to do with them. I'm like, damn, you sending them to me already messed up. What I'm supposed to like how I'm supposed to work.
Right.
If you don't believe in them, why he's supposed to believe I believe in them? So it all started home.
Facts.
Can I give an example? Like, can I say one more thing? Y'all don't mind where y'all gonna move on.
Say your thing.
So I basically like all I'm saying is just like, for example, like how you was kind of saying with relationships. That's like it. I'm in a relationship, my son was stayed with me for 7 years. So if I'm in a relationship, of course, like you gonna respect the situation. If you have anything that you don't like about them, yeah, you let me know about it. But one thing about it is I'm not gonna let you manipulate the situation or dictate who I deal with. And I feel like your mother shouldn't either. Know what I mean? Like you shouldn't make your mother feel guilty about who she deal with. Okay, yeah, she can hear it and accept it, but at the end of the day, these are adults. As long as I don't see nothing happening or you don't see nothing happening and we respect each other's space, it is what it is. Like I tell my son, his mother married. You gotta respect her husband, regardless. I don't care if you don't like him, because he's a man. Know what I mean? And because like kind of how I know how you feel about him, might feel about certain situations, it make me a little bit more aware and react different to something you might come to me with. I'm not gonna automatically jump to the defense and look at it like, oh nah, this man on some bullshit, blah, blah, blah. I feel like that gotta come both ways. But instead, certain situations that don't come both ways. It's like, you've been gone for a while, you the mom, now you like, dang, should I listen to him? Now he make me feel bad for not listening. I feel like as the mom, you feel bad. So you kind of do things a little bit different to kind of make up for like what he was saying he wasn't feeling or what wasn't right. But at the same time when that's happening, you gotta remember he's still a young man. You're still trying to have him come up a certain way. And ain't no book on being a parent. Know what I mean? So it's like if we can't understand that, like I said, he's playing, because look at how I'm coming. Now, I mean, the foundation is already there. Again, it's your child. You just feel bad. He's your boy. Now, I mean, like, you got to go some people, they got to learn how to go beyond that. And that's what causes more friction. And to me, again, I feel like that's what makes it manipulation, because you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You know what you just did. Now, man, you ain't have a problem with it till now. Now, I mean, like, you ain't have a problem till now being there. And now I might ask you to do this or do that, but we having a conversation about this, and now you throw that out there. Now I feel bad as your mom, like, oh, dang, I didn't know you felt like this. Okay, get past it. Ain't nothing to dwell on, but you got to give him special privileges because he felt like that. He wasn't missing nothing them years while I was going on, and he wasn't there. He was still being taken care of and was good on both ends. So, like, you should never feel bad about anything you did or any mistakes you made as far as he may be saying with you coming up and bringing them up. Like, it's just crazy. I just feel like it'd be crazy. Like, I don't know.
It'd definitely be crazy.
That's your boy. That's your boy. That's how I look at it.
Yeah,
So, like,
and
that's not teaching him how to man up and stand on his own 10. Like, nah, you gotta give him a reality. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Help him understand that instead of coddling him and giving him what he wants.
So Ace in the comments said, I gotta go. He got the whole emoji with the smoke in the back. Said, I gotta go. Kayla said, would you all stay with someone whose kid don't like you or cause issues continuously?
Yeah, it's kind of hard because I and one who did it. My dad raised 3 kids, 2 girls, 1 son. We all 11 months apart, 6, 7, 5. Like that's down the line. And we didn't like the woman. Baby kids came out. We getting her out of here. She got to go because we felt like she wasn't for us. You was just here for the man, but you ain't want to learn us as kids. So we got to get her out. So it depends on the situation. Because if I have a great man in my life, my son is not going to kick him out. He ain't going to push him away. He's going to want to learn from him. But if I got a female in my life who's not teaching me as a woman, and I'm a little girl, and you in my father's life, and you're not teaching me nothing, you got to go. Because you're not here for the kids. Like, you just here for the money and what, you just here for this. You just here for that need. But you're not here for these 3 kids he got. You here for the providing, but providing means you take care of these kids too. So no, if you ain't for these kids, then you got to go. That means your purpose of being in this relationship wasn't right from the beginning. So you got to go.
So what if that woman active though? You know what I mean?
But
What
if she's active, then that means you got to put this child through counseling. You got to talk to this kid. You got to get through this kid because that means that kid has pain. I didn't like my father's girlfriends because they didn't help us. I'm a young woman living in a house with a man who don't have no feelings, who don't have no soft, who never says I love you. But that's what you got a girl here for. She's supposed to be the other 20 of your 80 that you're not doing. So if she's not feeding into me, I'm going to kick you to the side. But if you are feeding into me, I got to break your walls. Okay, this child got some deep fruits. Let me find something they like to make her feel more comfortable with me. It's going to be a challenge because you can love me. I don't want nobody to love me. Love come and go. You can still beat me and love me. I want you fear of losing me. I want you to have loyalty, but you got to have that for my kids too. And you got to show that to my kids.
I thank everyone for that input. I truly appreciate it. I'ma just run, bro. Ain't no point in staying, bro. I'ma just run because kids make me sick, man. FTK, fuck them kids, man. I'm out of here. I'm out of there, bro.
Yeah. But in conclusion, once again, I want to thank everybody for being a part. But before we leave, since y'all here, y'all rocking with us or whatever like that, I told one person that I had a trick up my sleeve. You feel me? We didn't know this episode was going to go this long, but the fact that we got Antlo, we got Wizard Kelly, we got the O's, Olio and Olani. Am I saying that right? And we got Briche. We're gonna make sure all y'all get some free merch from our podcast. Since y'all rock with us this whole time. So
I didn't even realize it was just us.
Yeah, I tapped and I looked down. I was like, where everybody going?
It's all good. The people that's here, the people that's meant to be here. We thank y'all very much for rocking out with us.
And we're gonna make sure y'all get free merch. So I'm gonna talk to everybody individually, get y'all sizes, all that type of stuff. That's one thing that nobody ain't know, only us. We have merch coming out, New Era 410 podcast shirts. You get what I'm saying? So y'all see them in the episode soon, and then y'all will get y'all's. But I wanna end it with everybody give me y'all opinion on this little comment that I got from people that was on the podcast. I got 2 comments that stood out, and once y'all give me y'all opinion, I want y'all to also tell me how was this experience for y'all on this episode. So somebody hit me up and they said, I get the vibe now. This is beyond a podcast. This is a community. And then another person said, I've been on mad podcasts. This was epic. I actually learned a lot from the brothers and sisters. So I want to get y'all opinion on y'all experience on how y'all felt about the podcast and everything today.
Honestly, I think it was a nice episode. It gives different perspectives on different age groups and what people was brought up on. Like, you have people that have bad trauma, but some people don't. Like, for you to have a union together and a wife, like, you have to break down a lot of walls. And for y'all to have that union, we see it, we feel it, we see the light. So it brings us inspiration that love is still out there. Then we have people that don't want to see love yet, but they're wanting it because they see it's out here. Like, I'm in my healing journey right now, my soft girl. My father made me rough and tough, like Baltimore, but I'm in North Carolina now. So I have to show a different style and I'm getting a different revenue. So being on this show, it just shows you, like, it doesn't matter where you come from, like, just be yourself, be your genuine self, and someone is going to love you for who you are, and it's going to come. You just got to do your work and I appreciate for being on the show because I wasn't expecting it. So
appreciate
I mean,
that.
I'm gonna piggyback off of it and say the same thing. Like, this is my first podcast, so I was like, not really knowing how this is gonna go and everything. But, I mean, I talk with my friends about these topics all the time. But it's good to hear other people, like you said, different age groups' perspective. I love it to hear like a man's perspective on things. I got a man therapist, so I just like to know that other side of things and see where other people come from. I definitely feel like it was fun to do. It was good to, get to know, like I said, everybody's opinion on everything, how people feel, how, like she said, we was all raised different, but we all trying to, figure it out and get to where we want to be. And I think Locke, you said it, like when you were saying how you kind of in a phase right now where you just by yourself. And I feel like a lot of men need to hear that. Like a lot of men don't take that time to really, like you said, you don't want to be alone. You got friends and stuff. And I feel like a lot of people need to understand that just because you alone don't mean you lonely. So that was something like I really liked that you said, but it was really good to hear everybody's opinion and do this. It was fun. I liked it. I'll be back next week.
Each and every Sunday. Who's next?
Yeah, I just feel like it was good to hear other people's perspective and hear other people say things that's similar to things I say to my friends. Like, it's refreshing to hear that everybody like not had like the same problems, but we run into the same issues and we might have a different perspective or a different way of handling it. And hearing other people talk about what they got going on might help you in your situation because you might not know how to get over a certain hump, or you might not know how to get past a certain situation with somebody, and something that one of the many people that was up here may have said may have made something click for you in your life for real. So hopefully when you do, like, I took experiences of where, like, a lot of y'all I ain't talked to in years or I ain't seen before. And just to hear some of the things that y'all say, I'm glad to know that it's still good people in the world, because sometimes you look around and you be like, why? Like, why? Can we go back to the beginning of the pandemic when I could just stay by myself?
Right. The O's or Lope?
I don't know. I guess I could say I'll be real. This was different for me. Like I thought it was gonna be kind of easy. I ain't say too much because there was so many people. Like I thought it was gonna be kind of easy, but it'd be having me trying to talk fast and rush too much. So if I ever get on, I'm gonna be a little bit more calm. But like for the most part, nah. Like I feel like y'all got something with this, and I kind of didn't expect it to go to the angle that it went to. And y'all kind of got me with the whole manipulating thing. Like that got a little personal, man. But like I said, it just helped me remember, like at the end of the day, I'm doing the right thing. I just got to continue to compromise, and compromise is what make it work. It's technically at the end of the day, man, shorty feel fool as hell. That's just something that just bothers me. Nah, man, you've been doing it good so far tonight. And yeah, like, hopefully it get better. Fuck it.
Well,
other than that, I'm good.
O's?
I heard speak first.
It was amazing. It was a great experience. And I think you have such an amazing thing going on because there needs to be more of us speaking out about different topics going on. So you did an amazing job. And everyone else did too. You guys were amazing.
You guys were amazing too.
When you sent me the title, right? When you sent me the topic, I already felt that what you were going to create was already going to be good. I already felt like the platform you used, the people that was going to be doing, because once you already saw the topic, like you could think about people who had podcasts about anything, right? We could be talking about the I don't know, Chris Paul going to whatever team, but instead, once I saw the topic, I'm like, all right, cool, I'm in. Like this let me know the time. And I didn't care for what I was doing today because it was just like, nah, we're going to bring her, we're going to do this thing together. And just like kind of what Wizard Kelly says, it was a quote that I always remembered, and it was just like, if you can't find any good people around, then become one. So it's just like, it's great where it's like, if you can't find any friends, be a good friend, because by being a good friend, you attract new friends. Like I think I Am Amor said, like you have to be ready, already be a wife, so that way when you meet the husband, you already ready. If you stick ready, you don't have to get ready. And like one of the things said, we all might have come from different ships, but we're on the same boat now. So it doesn't, even though we may have come from different paths, different upbringings, some from Baltimore, you feel me, some from some from Florida, so wherever we at, we are that village, and we take ourselves there. And the way we on here doing this communion that we doing, the fellowshipping, teaching, and that's how faith comes by hearing. Because sometimes you never know who needs to hear something, who's in the comment section, who's about to watch your video, Boop, that it's not us that created this. It's God moving through us, but it's not, I can't take credit. Wayne Wizard can't take it, Lily can't take credit. Like, you got to understand, Boop, what you creating right now. So by you creating this, you allow all of us to now help your vision, and that creates expansion. And so now becoming that expansion, you never know who you're going to impact. So my message for you is never stop what you know you called to do, because you never know who life it could be changing. That could be that, it could be that one person that was just about to say, I'm about to give up. And you know how men do. With men, sometimes they want to kill themselves. Sometimes they want to commit suicide. Sometimes they saying, F women, I'm just gonna hold all out. But I'm tired of love. I've been hurt. You know what? No, I want to give something a try. I don't want to be bitch. I don't. And then it could be women who just like, you know what? These dudes around here, oh, they ain't nothing. I can't get tired of these dudes. Ain't nothing right. But then they might be like, you know what? Let me go join Toastmasters that Leo's a part of. And at Instagram, Leo4, he's in Toastmasters group. Oh, let me go join that group Mondays at 7:00. So that way I can. But shameless plug. But yeah, but I'm just saying, man. Good energy, man. Look, all y'all, man. I appreciate, man. It was great networking, great talking to y'all. This is the ground floor, Boop, and you got a great platform. So they're only gonna get better, bigger. Like you said, man. I'm here to see it through. Let's get it. Let's go. And you gotta stop teasing her with these dogs, man, because she
I appreciate that, man. One thing before we go, we got a surprise for two of our people in our comments as well. More is going to announce the surprise, and they still on here because they both just commented. So let them know what their surprise is for rocking with us the whole time.
Kayla and Ace, y'all been holding the comments down, making it real litty. We appreciate y'all, and we also want to give y'all some merch as well. We can't leave y'all out. You know what I mean? We showing love to people that show us love. You know what I mean? So we definitely want to give y'all some merch of New Era 410 podcast, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all just joining us, having great vibes, us being able to listen to each other, to take whatever we can take today and really apply it to everyday life. That's what we're here to do.
And y'all noticed earlier that I had two of my homeboys on here, and they was like, we want to hear what you say. We want to hear what you say. But me personally, you get what I'm saying? Like, I created this platform not for me to be the one talking all the time. I want to learn too. You get what I'm saying? I want to learn. I'm in a relationship. I struggle with certain things. You get what I'm saying? As a boyfriend, I'm about to be a father for the second time. You get what I'm saying? So me and my girlfriend got a baby on the way. So everything is just appreciated. Thank you. It's just like I'm learning so much from every single person on here that I don't always need to talk. Like this is me and Amor and Neil's show. This is our show. So y'all gonna see me on every episode and the shorts and all that. I don't need to be the person, the main attraction all the time. I'm okay with sitting back, playing my role and just being quiet and just listening and respecting everybody else's opinion. That's really the whole point of this Sunday episode. We call it therapy. Somebody called it hood therapy, but we call it therapy because at the end of the episode, you walk away feeling better, bro. Like you really do feel like, I enjoyed that. Like, even if you came into it, like Briche said, like, I ain't never do this before. You feel confident and be like, I'm coming back next Sunday. And everybody's welcome to come every Sunday. I can have up to 200 people on here, but what I learned today is I will not do that.
Right. But you bringing back something that now more like you know, when we was growing up, they had these type of shows on TV, like it was the forum type of shows where they threw out issues and they talked and they said and they kicked it and they gave a point of view, they challenged each other, they kept it respectful. Like we had shows like that back in the day, and people like I just posted that the other day, like we got a bunch of J. Jonah Jameson journalists out here. Like we don't got people really doing the work for real. They out here just hollering and Spider-Man out here killing people for real. I ain't out here like it's just you presenting a vibe for people to be able to be them, say what they gotta say, and learn something at the same time. And that's different right now because all they fostering is them podcasts that have us clashing at each other on there. People clipping it up, making I
Appreciate
Sure.
that.
And before we go, I'm gonna get a floor to Amor. But before I get the floor to Amor, is there anything that anybody feel like they want to say before we exit this episode?
I would say y'all continue doing what y'all doing. Y'all, this is something different. Usually when you on a broadcast, it's like you get the same people saying the same thing. This, y'all have something right here. Don't let no one stop y'all light. If I can promote y'all on my Instagram, I'm gonna continue posting y'all. I ain't asking for no money. This is something that I like to do on my page. If I see some inspiration on both my Instagrams, I'm shouting it out. I love it. Don't stop and don't let nobody take y'all shine because y'all got that glow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yo, always in my head. Yo, get out of here. But yeah, while I got the floor, I want to tell you all, I do appreciate each and every one of y'all for y'all just sticking it out with us to the very end. You know what I mean? And even just being open-minded, and coming with some gems, being transparent, because a lot of times we not transparent out here. We be trying hold out, put the mask on before COVID even happened. But I'm glad y'all had the mask off, you know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all. But I definitely got to play this, and I definitely got to let y'all know to tell a friend about New Era 410 podcast, because we here to stay, and we just going up from here no matter what's going on. We just going to thug this thing out. I believe in Bootman, his vision, and that's what we rocking with. You feel me? So, but I got to play this for y'all. I'm sorry. It's because if you watch this podcast and you ain't even, it's crazy about you. Look.
You still ain't subscribed to New Era 410 podcast on YouTube? It's crazy about you.
Even my baby said, that's crazy about you. So make sure you subscribe, like, and comment on everything. New Era 410 podcast, baby.
Boom.
Any final statements? Everybody good? Everybody okay?
All I'm saying, like I told you last night, son, the man you was talking. Yo, it's up from here, man. It's up in this stuff. My boy, you blessed, man. You ain't get to this point for no
And Lo,
reason.
congratulations on getting new
Sandbox, congrats, bro.
Yo, real quick, man, Loke was on the phone for 7 hours straight last night. We ain't go to sleep until 6. We ain't get off the phone until 6 in the morning. Just having these type of conversations. You don't do that unless you in high school and you
Right.
But yo, Look was like, bro, this was the warm up for tomorrow. I'm like, nigga, we need to go to sleep. Like, really talked about some real stuff, but man, you feel me? Each and every Sunday we do this. This is the therapy. On Fridays, we have one specific guest where we do like an interview type. Y'all can check that out. The way we do it, the episodes is usually 2 hours long, so I usually break them down into 4 parts, but we might have about 6 parts. So throughout the week, y'all gonna see me putting parts of this whole episode out on our YouTube channel. So if y'all didn't subscribe, go ahead and make sure y'all like, subscribe. We appreciate y'all once again. And this ends episode 9 of New Era 410 podcast. Yeah, because I've been messing that up all day, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm messing that up all day. But thank y'all again, man.
Thank y'all
Make
so
sure
much.
everybody hit me on whatever platform that we got. Olio, I know you got my number. Everybody hit me and send me y'all shirt sizes, because we're gonna do shirts first. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make sure everybody get their merch. And Kayla Smith and Ace, make sure y'all follow up and go follow the New Era 410 podcast Instagram page so y'all can hit us up and we can get y'all information too. And everybody have a blessed night. You feel me? Thank you for giving me and a more 3 hours and 41 minutes of your
precious
man.
time.
The building one day.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. So
It's
everybody
new,
have a blessed
it's
night.
New Era 410 part. Oh yeah.
Yep.
You just got homework. That's all. You got some good content on homework, bro. But look.
Y'all have a blessed one.
Y'all too.
Good night.
Good
night, y'all.
All right.